Hello, perverts. I was gonna try it. I was gonna try and pull that off after what we discussed in the previous stream about. We had that whole pervert segue. Hello, Cheese Cube. And I was like, what if I begin my next stream by choosing a name for my, you know, a viewer nickname, which I've never actually done. And I was like, you guys are just the perverts to me now. We am just perverts. Anyway, this is, I'm still working on this little like reveal screen. I don't know. I'm gonna add some more stuff to it, but I'm gonna need to think about it a bit. It's maybe I'll like tinker every time we come back. So this is where I'm gonna start streams when I have a new shiny giveaway to reveal. Should I write like who's that Pokemon above it? Like, you know, that's what I'm doing it like from the anime. Except this one's really easy. Anyway, yeah, hey, welcome Cheese Cube. I'm glad to see you. I haven't played many gachas that recently. Do you play them, Cheese Cube? Because as far as I know, Cheese Cube's gaming repertoire is just games that have cubes and cheese, and we don't really have that. But I will reveal what the shiny is. Guess what? It's an Eevee. It's a shiny Eevee who's here today for you. Look at him. He's small and he's white and there he is. I have every current character in ZZZ. Wow. Wow, is that hard to do? Cause like I play like how many? I think I've played in total 4 gachas, and you never get every character. So that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's impressive unless ZZZ works in some kind of completely different way. So here we are. I'm sitting on a bench. Welcome to Genshin. This was the first one I ever tried out, and I'm still going. And I've been having a lot of fun with it this week because there was a story update which involves returning to a previous area and then wrapping up like every single anything they could possibly imagine. And there's been so much just dragging back things that I did years ago, and it's actually been really fun. I'm kind of surprised. Not that this game is usually bad, but it has its ups and downs. Most characters don't show up unless they are the banner. That's how it usually works, right? So I'm going to be doing some gambling, but I thought maybe I wouldn't do it right away because, you know, leave a little space for people to just like come along and hop in. So what if I don't do the main event right away? Instead, I was thinking I might actually continue, maybe finish the storyline I was on. I played through most of it, so I'm basically at the good bit where the shit happens. So that might be fun. And when I pull, I am actually just going to be getting this guy. I already have him. I'm just going to get... Well, I don't know if I'm going to get another one. I'm going to throw my 50-50 out, which is when it does a coin flip to decide whether you get the one you want or one you don't. I'm not really that interested in Nicole, I think, so... I want another one of this guy. He's really good, and he's a good character too. So for right now, I'm going to continue doing this storyline just because I've really been enjoying it. So come along, come and join this adventure with me. And then...
Oh dear, I'm getting thirsty.
Thanks, Durin. we'll just see how it goes. I'll see how this quest goes. It's been dramatic enough that I was like, maybe I'll save like the good bit at the end, and we'll see how stream likes it. Okay. I hope it's loud enough. I'm still in the state of being like a little bit surprised and also impressed by her new outfit, by the way. It's really nice. It's a little short, like every outfit in the game.
Go! Let's meet the others at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
And if anyone wants to be caught up on what's happening, how do I encapsulate the storyline into like 3 sentences? There's a giant ethereal tree that connects everything in the world, and every event that happens in reality flows through it so that it understands what the world is. It's like the information that makes up reality all connects into this tree. And one of the villains figured out a way to infiltrate that tree, which is that we killed him. And then souls have to go and flow through it as well because they're information. So he managed to get inside of that tree. Now he's in there just absolutely fucking shit up. So every character in this region that we used to know from like a few years back have all been doing stuff to try and help save the day. And they've reintroduced characters from little side things as well. Just about everyone that ever had anything to do in this region. A surprising amount of characters, including some of my favorite ones.
I have not felt this way in a long time. Standing up high, gazing out at the rolling dunes. One cannot know what freedom truly means without first losing it.
The golden slumber truly lives up to its name as a dreamland. Though desert sands exist there too, no mirage, no matter how glorious, can compare to true beauty.
I'd be really interested to find out who is voicing Herishaf. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't think I know who it is. But it's really nice to listen to. There's a very good tone there.
Dendro Archon, what is on your mind?
I was wondering whose counsel I should seek on the questions in my heart.
What kind of questions?
So many. More than can be put into words. As I once said to a friend, we look, we see, and we comprehend. But the question still troubles us. What are the many disasters that this world faces, but the sum of all irresolvable questions?
The biggest question you should be asking is how to seize victory.
Yes. Although, I would express it differently. I must not fail. And so the question I am most curious about now is whether the path to victory will be an arduous one.
What we declare to be a young sapling, we may, in fact, find to be a towering tree, if we would only cast aside our ignorance and look beyond the veil of time to see her true form.
Nahida!
And also I'm here.
Just in time. My preparations are almost complete.
Ready when you are. We're here too.
Miss Nicole! Miss Nicole! You run so fast!
I thought I'd get a lot of exercise as a forest ranger, but I can barely keep up with you. Sorry, I got a little carried away.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, the equipment is ready, and the modifications to Aru are all complete. As discussed during our meeting.
Accessing Irminsul via the Akasha is no longer feasible at this stage. There are other options, it's just... they're a little more extreme and more technologically demanding to implement.
I like to think that they're even doing, like... This has all been so many callbacks. They're also doing another callback to the original Sumeru storyline, where you used to see that it like faded to black and it said you all discuss the plan that you're going to enact to save the day, and then at various instances as the storyline continued, you'd see flashbacks to what was skipped over by the Fade to Black, and you'd see them discussing the things they had discussed in the past, just like this. And it was, I don't know, it was kind of weird, but I like it if it's just one of those things they're calling back to. Hello, Blockhead! What do you... What? Hi? Pyrush? Pyrush? Am I missing something? I greeted everyone by saying hey perverts earlier, so maybe I deserve this.
Maybe you should take it from here.
The architecture and functionality of the Akasha terminals
Oh, hi,
overlap
Rush.
considerably
Yeah.
with ours. There is reasonable evidence to suggest that one was developed based on the other, or that they both utilize technology of the same origin.
Yeah, no, I just kind of temporarily forgot Hi-Fi Rush. I haven't played it myself, but it did look interesting. Yeah, I wondered if I could make a running gag out of how pervert heavy the discussion was in the previous stream. So, you know, everyone's like, I don't know who does this. I know generally streamers refer to their fan base, their viewers, with a pet name. What if my pet name for the viewers was just my pervert? I can't even say it without laughing.
As long as the transplant and merge operation succeeds, Aru should theoretically work on a scale greater than the Akasha and approximately equal to Irminsul. It will become the largest active computing device in all of Teyvat. A system this powerful is capable of a lot of different things. In the past, the Akasha was primarily used for one-way information transmission, but I suspect it could also serve as a central bridging hub.
It would be funny, but it would definitely make newer members think you're more yabai than you. I'm not a weeb. I don't know what that means. I mean, I can kind of infer, but if you want to elucidate, please do. I mean, I'm not seriously gonna introduce every single stream by yelling, where are my fucking perverts? I can't do it. I can't even keep a straight face, so there's no way I could do that.
In the pursuit of greater knowledge, some scholars have attempted to connect their consciousness to Irminsul through the use of terminals, incense, and meditation.
Correct. In academic language, scholars who reach that stage are said to have entered Satyavata life. Hypatia has performed this practice many times in the past, and she was once under my care for a period of time.
Hello, Radrush. Today I'm welcoming everyone in as my beloved perverts, judging by what happened in the last stream, and the fact that somewhere out there, Was it Mr. Pervert has now got a sub? Unfortunately, I know you are here for Thief, but we're doing as anime first for a bit.
Right. And this at least proves that there is a zone within Irminsul that can be connected to.
That's right. Providing wisdom to the people is one of the very reasons for Irminsul's existence. I think I understand where you're going. Please, continue.
Mr. Pervert is fighting crime sexily. Is Mr. Pervert sexy, or is, how does that work? Yabai means risky. VTubers are kind of put on a scale between say-so, family-friendly, and yabai. Oh, okay. That makes sense, yeah. I don't know if I'd call myself strictly family-friendly, but I don't want to be one of those... I imagine that yabai would usually refer to the design of the VTuber, maybe? Which isn't something I'm going to be getting into, but I wonder how close you could get on, language alone. Actually, probably pretty close.
In that case, I'll skip to the conclusion then. We need to further modify Aru, merge it with the Akasha, manufacture terminals, and distribute them to every single person we can reach.
Every person? Even the desert folk?
Yes, everyone.
It ain't everybody, stupid.
I've already calculated the amount of raw materials we need.
So
Thanks,
you
Kaveh,
mean
you're so pretty.
we're going to get new Akasha terminals?
Yes, but this time the people of Sumeru won't be using them to acquire knowledge, just to connect to Irminsul. That's the key.
When we evacuated the city, we brought all the important assets from the House of Dana, in case we ended up needing them. Fortunately, this included the Akasha system's main terminal.
The vibes and topics of the streams. And yeah, I'm not really familiar with it, but I know the kind of things some people look like in interesting ways. I don't want to like have to put my foot in my mouth about praising the way this quest is going, because I have really been enjoying it. And I don't say that unless they actually do the work to make it interesting. It's interesting in the sense of bringing together a lot of concepts and characters that I remember from the last like 4 years whenever Sumeru came out, and they're just doing really well. They planned this stuff well in advance, and they waited until now to put it all in one pot and start cooking with it, I guess. This flashback, however, seems to be completely irrelevant. They're just extra explaining things, which is unfortunately the problem you run into as a gacha game player who has the ability to pay attention to what's going on. You don't need stuff like this. I love the formative pervert 1998. Really codified the voyeur game genre. No, that's what we're doing. No. I mean, yeah, it really is. Has anybody? No, they haven't. Oh my god. Actually, formative pervert, yes, because you do mostly observe people, but the real pervert game was Dishonored. Like, dead ass, you went into like the sexy women's shop room building, and you could hide in a corner while some guy was like getting strapped into a chair to be electrocuted. That was the pervert game, but obviously was building on the formative pervert 1998.
We've checked all the relevant records, and one thing is certain. Nothing like this has ever been done on this scale before, so...
Everyone in Sumeru is part of the plan. Whoever controls the people controls the situation.
Oh, congrats on the 5-stream streak, Blockhead. Well done. I'm going to start dissuading people from doing streaks. I'm going to be like, well, 5 streams? You should skip the next one and get some water. Have a nice drink. I don't know.
Since dysfunction of Irminsul
no
was
dark
introduced,
patterns in my stream.
It has only ever been made
No
available
dark
to
patterns
scholars,
in my
who don't
family-friendly
constitute a
Genshin
particularly
stream.
large group of people. But by expanding the scale to include all the people of Sumeru, all the individual connections will stack up to create a significant load on the system. Under normal circumstances, Irminsul would be able to cope with the additional load. But with it already being under strain from other activities, its remaining capacity is limited.
Okay, I want to point out there's nothing like wrong with this idea. I don't know why we're being told it in retrospect, even though it hasn't happened yet, and we were just there. But this is the exact same way that they beat the virus Digimon in the Digimon movie. You know, when they told the entire world who was watching them fight to send emails to the bad guy, and then millions of people sent emails all at once, and there wasn't enough bandwidth, so we got really slow. This is basically that.
Thus, it might be possible to shut it down completely by overloading it.
What? Okay, isn't shutting down Irminsul gonna, like, end reality or something? Thanks for the flashback. Why didn't we just see that happen during the moment? Oh.
Counting down. 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready? Ready!
Where's Hat Guy?
In the past, when people sought knowledge, they turned to the Tree of Wisdom. Today, we use it to save Sumeru and the whole world. These boughs that nurtured learning must not become tools for destroying the world.
Taking an inappropriately loud phone call on the bus. Oh fuck, it's upside down! Sorry, that does mean something.
Stop.
Please stop. End this transformation.
Wait, who's saying that?
You would shut down Irminsul just to stop me.
Yay!
You fools. I have all the time in the world.
Oh, he's so fucked up! Oh, he's so fucked up. Hello, Diffed. Woo! Yeah, the music is, that's mostly a very old track from the original release of this area with a little different twist at the end. So that was mostly just one that we all know and love already. Part of the reason this has actually hit really well, I think, was partly the nostalgia of it, and partly that Sumeria had like the best music in the game, I think. It was the last region that Yu Peng Chen did, the original composer. Like, no shade on the other people who did it, but he was the one who built the reputation of Genshin as being like, if you don't like anything else, you gotta admit that they had such musical chops in it.
Great.
Great. We're done. Bomph.
What a display of true courage. The courage to think and the courage to act. I never thought I would witness the shutdown of Irminsul with my own eyes. Perhaps this is human wisdom in action?
Another thing they've gotten a lot better at, some of the reason people weren't, like, absolutely thrilled, sorry, with the original storyline in Sumeria was that it focused so much on the lush and verdant rainforest area that had the academia in it, which was all like from the top down, very much an institution of like it's just institutional academics, and then on the other side of that area there was a giant desert, which is kind of implied to be where the dark-skinned people come from, as opposed to the academia almost all being light-skinned people. And a lot of players were just kind of like, why is this separate? And I think they kind of like tried to like move away from that later, because there's people like Nefa pictured there in the green, who is from that area, but she's pale now. So they just went, okay, never mind, we'll just make them all pale. So it was a little bit of a mess, but in this return segment, they've actually elevated the desert area and the remnants of the civilization that used to live there. Like, it's pulling from like ancient Egyptian, enormous structures, civilizations lost to time, but they're pulling in that fantasy thing of also that civilization was even more technologically acclimated than we are right now. So we don't know what they were doing. So they were absolutely brilliant, and we're looking around ancient ruins that have like such mechanics in them we don't even understand them now. And at this point in this return to the storyline, we're using that technology to help us like in our predicament. So it's not just lip service. The storyline is actually, we need to center the desert, the people who lived there, and the ancient civilization that's gone. And we're centering like these Egyptian style figureheads. You know, it doesn't feel like it's all white coded for an area that's based on Persia and then Egypt. So it just feels a bit more comfortable. And yes, Thoth time. You can see in the back that they've actually got characters based on, you know, those ancient Egyptian animal head gods. Also, hi, Soul Waspman. It is unfortunately time for ad break, so we'll just do that real quick before we come back. It was a nice cutscene though. Boop. So let's run those ads. Yeah, the cutscene made me think. I was just thinking back to the original storyline sections cutscenes and how it. I mean, there's so many more characters now. It's not just the original set of Sumeru, the cast that was. They were introducing them, and then they were doing things like. Do you remember there was a cutscene to introduce Sino, where Sino and Alhaitham just started fighting? When you think back on it, it's like, why were they fighting? There wasn't really a reason apart from they just wanted to have a flashy intro sequence where they could fight. And there was no reason for it, really. I mean, I guess it was kind of like a desert-based people versus academia-based people. Sino's a desert guy, and he's now he's basically the chief of police for the academia. So he's been like subsumed from his origins into the lifestyle of someone who works in this very, again, just white focused style of living. He's their bodyguard. He's the brute force that enables the system. And there is a little bit of a view on what that means for him. Thank you for ensorceling my polls. Thank you. I'm gonna do them in a bit. I thought I would play through a little bit of the storyline, then do the polls, then go to Thief. So we have the highest amount of people a little way in for the actual polls, so people don't miss it if I do them in the first 2 minutes, because you can burn your polls in like 50 seconds. Can you imagine if they called them tugs? Well, should we try it? I mean, in like true pervert fashion? Gather around, my perverts. Let's do our Genshin tugs. But also we have an Eevee. We got an Eevee today. He's a shiny Eevee. He's fucking white. I don't know. Here he is. He's just relaxing down there in the corner. You can pick him up if you should want to have a shiny Eevee for yourself. Twitch has given me 160 geodes of replication. I shall bank this. I have no clue if you have made up that name for what you got in order to like do a little silly fun thing with it. I have no idea. If it's actually called Geodes of Replication, I don't have any idea what that is. They're doing Genshin drops, right? It's genuinely some sort of Genshin currency. I think it's for the newish section. They added Roblox. They put Roblox in. You can like use all the assets that Genshin has, which is a lot of assets, to make your own playable levels, like games. And some people do this, and then you can get currency for doing that, and then I don't think you can even use it. You then have to pay to use that currency to get outfits for a self-insert playable character that you can use. And I don't do it, so I'm rich with it. I'm swimming in geodes. I don't know what geodes of replication are. I don't play that, but they're trying to get you to by giving you a free one, I guess. Okay, boop. What was Thoth saying? Oh yeah.
Indeed, only humans could do such a thing. Gods are few and far between.
What was once created for spreading knowledge is now used for another purpose. Huh. A rather ingenious plan.
I am grateful to you three for your help. Only thanks to you were we able to extend Aru's interference capabilities to cover all terminals. Now, nobody who wears a terminal will have their activity accurately tracked by Irminsul. No matter how many eyes Dottore possesses, he will not be able to see us clearly. Now for the next step. I will need the help of your supreme powers once again.
Hereshaf, yeah, they just nickname him Goatee some of the time. I was aware of, like, I generally kind of remember Sobek as being the crocodile one, but you know, we all took Egyptian studies when we were like 7 years old, but I don't remember Hereshuf in there. I guess I don't know. Maybe Sobek is the easier to get kids interested in one.
How might we be of service, Lord of Dendro?
I need to reach the Eternal Oasis immediately.
Right now?
In that case, Ibis King, would you agree that this is a fine opportunity to dust off our old tricks?
Never. I assume you have that chess set with you?
You mean the one you gave to me as a gift? Asking for it back, are you?
They had Egyptian studies in your schools. Yeah, every kid in the UK, when you're like 7 years old and you're doing like history, your history lesson is on ancient Egypt. Every single one of us. I don't know why. You spend a whole year on it. You copy out some hieroglyphics and you learn about pyramids. I don't know. People really seem to like ancient Egypt. I think they just did it because it gets people interested in history. What else are you going to teach a 7-year-old? You're not going to do like World War II at that age. I did do World War II when I was a teen. And yeah, I could barely pay attention at that point. Hereshaf is one of the fertility gods, hence the ram. Yeah, inexplicably every child in the UK is a working... What are you asking? Maths? What is the question? Also, I'm confused. Hence the ram. Are rams like signifiers of fertility? I'm not even sure I know that connection.
How could I? You misjudge me. I just wanted
there was
to
a whole
show
thing
you
where
another way you
they
can
had to
use it.
open. They had Thoth and Hereshaf and Sobek were the advisors of the original god king of the desert, and they were locked inside of a puzzle that kept them in stasis for the last like 1,000 years. I don't know how long it's been. And in order to get out, there was a riddle that has to be solved. So any adventurer or person who found where they were trapped, which includes Nefer and then also us in a recent event, were told the riddle and they had to give an answer. And if they just had to suggest an answer, and if the god that advisors approved, you'd be allowed to leave, because they were trying to like source answers from other people to solve this riddle because they couldn't do it. And there was an actual event that came and went where we met Thoth, although he took the form of a cat because he was trapped in the thingy. And he asked us that question, and we tried to offer a few answers. And that what ties it all together is that Dottore, the guy who is behind this calamity currently occurring, we just saw him in that cutscene and he looks cool as fuck. When he was alive, when he was a little like young adult student at the academia, he also found the trap that these advisors were in, and they asked him that question, and he was trying to like actively ditch one of his fellow explorer he went with so that guy would like die to conserve resources or something. And Thoth was like, wow, what a brutal and untrustworthy young man. I hope he doesn't come back. And now it's a long time later and we're dealing with him fucking up the nature of the roots of the universe. But yeah, the riddle was quite... I liked it, because you know how when you learn about ancient Egypt for that whole year when you're 7 to 8 years old, there's a lot of like riddle stuff. There's like myths about riddles and having to pass tests and that kind of thing, usually to do with the afterlife. So there being a riddle to solve was quite fun, and it was one of those ones where you thought it was 3 answers. It was like what builds up and then destroys a civilization, what reduces, what negates love and hatred, and then there's another one, and the answer to all of the things was time, because that's only after so long had passed could they perceive that the answer to all those things was the same concept. And I like that. It was so fitting with the theme of the area. His big shroopy... Oh, how do you pronounce that? I don't think I can even attempt, but it is really cool. I like the underlining. I like their funky little chess hats. There's a lot of chess in this too.
Shatranj.
So I know that he gave this to Nefer as like a parting gift for the
Safhei
first
Shatranj?
suggestions to the riddle she
You
gave
mean
him.
that place in the desert?
But we didn't really understand what it did. She just kind of used it in Nodcry.
Thoth's chess set gains its power from the chessboard laid out in the desert by King Deshret and ourselves.
Oh!
All ceremonies conducted using the chess set must be activated
My
via
God,
Safhei
like they're just
Shatranj.
pulling together things that don't even need to be together. There's a world quest, which is what they do to guide you around an area that they've set up for you to investigate. You can go into the depths of the desert and you can find a hidden city, and outside of it there is a giant chessboard and you can move the pieces around. And I think that's how you open it. And I did that years ago, like 4 years ago. I messed around with the chessboard, and you remember it, like you have a sense in your mind of where it is and the physicality of it. And they're like, yeah, this thing that just came up in that quest, it's tied into that thing.
In other words, the chess set is an extension of the chessboard. In the past, moving a chess piece was a sacred and momentous act.
Transfer initiated. Entering live combat mode.
He said momentous, and I started thinking about Eugene again. Oh, okay. Do I have to play chess? Is it loading? Oh, it's loading. I was worried for a second there. What? Wait, what?
We haven't heard a single word from our spy in the desert. I'm afraid he might have been captured.
Uh-oh.
Never mind.
But we spent years turning him. And a lot of Mora.
Nothing comes for free in this world, but the loss is not without its purpose. For a small price, we have wasted a precious amount of the limited time they have. Quite a bargain, if you ask me.
Understood.
I'm just listening to this. This might be like Pantalona's theme. I'll have to give it a proper listen outside the game.
Weighing profit against loss is a necessary part of life. But to tell the truth, I have been operating at a loss since this all began. Since many centuries ago, in fact.
Then how old are you? Oh fuck, he has the hood off.
For instance, why would a banker act as the executor of a will? If you hadn't deposited your personal belongings at Northland Bank, I would have no reason to be here right now.
He has an animation. Oh, there's the title card. He has an animation for adjusting his glasses and they actually move. Old man, I don't think he counts, given his appearance. I mean, he doesn't even have grays or anything. I don't think he counts as an old man, but I'm not sure what he just implied about his age.
Dottore, I've placed your final data backup into the ley lines as per our contract. I trust we are now square for the safe deposit fees you paid.
Is it not a little petty to split hairs like this, given our amicable relationship?
He's able to talk, okay.
I consider sound bookkeeping a matter of principle.
I really like it every time they cut away from the heroes and you see some people who are being unscrupulous having a conversation, because they actually do stop trying to explain everything to you directly. They don't have Paimon there to ask what every single thing is so that they can repeat it at you. They actually let the characters interact in a way that has subtext that accords with their personalities.
Do not forget that you only live to see this day thanks to me. In fact, every day of your life since you met me, you've been living on borrowed time.
Why, that's hardly a fair assessment. I will concede that my survival was perhaps at your whim, but I became a harbinger on my own merits.
He's kind of inscrutable. He's obviously very genial and approachable in a viewer way. This man is like a toxic yaoi factory. That's the best way of putting it I could have come up with. Like, yeah, seriously. But there's so much wrong with him. His name, Regrator, means somebody who like price spikes when there's an emergency. So people have to buy goods to survive, but they jack the price up because they have no alternative. I'm pretty sure that's what that actually means. So that's why he's the Fatui's finance guy. He's like extremely evil, but in like a capitalist realism way. Not in the way where you're like trying to take over the world and poison the tree which draws all information into itself. He's just like a banker.
Managing money is not like other professions. Mine is not a role I could have acquired based on your recommendation alone. And certainly not one I could have lasted so long in without genuine ability.
Does he have to really justify himself? I'm pretty sure they know each other really well.
The information stored in the ley lines is quite comprehensive. Rest assured, I have not forgotten how strong your pride is. Well, I presume you have no sense of fragmentation while talking with me?
God, he looks good from this angle. I like this side of his hair better. He looks like a really hot lesbian.
How could anything possibly go wrong with such strict measures in place? The remainder of your soul was split in two, with one half sent to Nodcry and the other stored in the most secure vault of the Northland Bank.
He did what?
Though I must say, your disdain for the other segments is quite amusing. Zandik is you, and you are Zandik. Zandik created the segments, yet you, a segment yourself, reject him.
That is, Zandik, created segments of various ages in his later years. To achieve this, he had to freeze time and part with a portion of his soul. But as constructive as it sounds, it erases my uniqueness. If each segment is equally me, then by the same token, none of them are truly me.
Oh God, McWingert is so good at this.
A soul living forever in the past inevitably holds different views than he did in his later years. The same thing that completes me also restricts me.
What does he mean? Someone living in the past, yeah, because that was the reason he made all of them, so that he could get the perspective of his different ages at the same time. Because he thought that was an important thing to know. It was really just an exercise in egoism, in a way. But what does he mean, the same thing that can... I don't know.
You too might ask yourself which stage of your life you want to be preserved at. The day your business failed? Or the day you were framed by a gang and sold off to a medical lab as a test subject?
Okay, is this an excuse to throw Pantalone's history in there?
We needn't dredge up the past.
For the sake of the viewers.
This undesirable plan was eventually scrapped. Lesser Lord Kusanali was quite right. I needed an opportunity to eliminate myself.
That is really funny. Like, you know how a lot of card-carrying villains will have like a kind of self-hatred thing? He does as well, but he made multiple copies of himself. So the self-hatred wasn't internal. It was like they were always fighting with each other because they were the same guy with like minute differences. And it turns out that's kind of hard to manage in a familial sense. So yeah, it's like, oh yeah, your self-hatred is just so obvious. It's right there.
And after that, I concluded that there was no more effective plan than directly splitting the soul. Once the soul is transferred out, you will find that creating a physical body is far simpler than creating a puppet.
I need to battle my shit-ass twin. That's the whole theme of the game. That's the whole game right there. That's literally what the first thing in the game is, like, go battle your shit-ass twin, and then you go do that for like 7 years.
The other half of your soul suffered a crushing defeat in Nodcry, you know.
Why is he always doing the, like, anime pleased face? Open your eyes, dude. So I wonder if having his soul split in half conveyed any weaknesses. Or something. I mean, there's got to be a downside to doing that, right? So the one we defeated in Nodcry wasn't the real him, but we don't know in what measure.
And yet in the process, I obtained the information I always wanted, did I not? Because now we finally know where the best testing ground truly lies.
I once thought your ultimate goal was to ascend to godhood. But as it turns out, that was merely one of your experiments.
I will say, that is something that occurred to me during the Nodcry section. And it's like, they set up Reria, they did a lot of Reria's backstory to tell you about Khaenri'ah, and then Ildatori shows up without having previously, like, he was just mentioned a couple times. And then suddenly he's the big bad of that arc, and you have to kill him. And he causes a lot of shit to go wrong. And there's a little bit in the back of my brain where he was like obsessed with becoming a god, usurping the power of the moons that have gods already to turn himself into one. Wait, you don't need to summon a pervert. There's two huge ones right here having a conversation. Sorry, I'm trying to... Can I fulfill summon pervert in any way? You know what I forgot to do? You know what I forgot to goddamn do? I forgot to add Brent Halligan to the Sims 4 game. That's what I was gonna do. I literally forgot. We'll have to do it next, like, on Sunday. We'll call that summoning the pervert. Is he? But I don't know. But yeah, there was a little, like, voice in the back of my head, like, since when does Dotori want to be a god himself? That doesn't seem in line with it. That's the every Final Fantasy villain's motivation, just to be a god. You know, it's a pretty standard villain thing, but that was never his thing. His thing was he turned Scaramouche into a god because he wanted to see what would happen. He is at his core a scientist doing weird shit to see what happens and to test the limits of well, his own abilities. That's all he wants. So if he wanted to be a god, it wasn't because it was a genuine desire that he had, it was that he wanted to see whether he could do it. So I accepted it on those grounds, but they're actually calling it out. It didn't seem like, but wanting to be a god is not something that's tracked with what we know about him. Do not lump Brent Halligan in with the perverts. The perverts do not claim him. That's so true. That's so true. We're better than that. We are.
Experiments take many forms. Most people are too eager for success, too fixated on the end goal. They forget that the experimental process itself is just as important.
This is so nostalgic. This is relating directly to the same conversation he had with Nahida in this room all those years ago, where they were talking about, like, putting aside his failed experiment and just continuing on with something else, as if he hadn't lost. Like, conceptually, he turned that loss into Scaramouche's loss, and he himself was just running an experiment and then putting away all his materials at the end and moving on to something else, because making a god that could rule Sumeru wasn't really an ambition. He just wanted to see whether it could be done.
A suspiciously vacant seat, a new face.
Oh, he's talking
trust
about
you can put
Scaramouche.
2 and 2 together. The reason it doesn't exist is because someone tampered with the record.
This feels so vindicating, because I knew he'd figure it out. I mean, we all did, didn't we? That was not nobody was like, he's not gonna know. He put it together really quickly. Wait, what did you say just before that? That was the segue. You see how I started talking about Scaramouche because he mentioned this? It did a wide shot of the room. He started talking about the experimental process. That was him referring to the aftermath of the Shoki no Kami experiment, then segueing into he's talking about Scaramouche's identity. The subtext, when Paimon isn't there, they're allowed to have subtext that you can follow. It's so much better. He knows. He probably knew immediately.
What can I say? After all your efforts, you really did uncover the world's secrets. So, is the new world you promised a lie?
No, it never was. I am glad to be able to control Irmin's soul from within. Now I shall attempt to create a new world inside the existing one.
What?
Almost everyone faces the prospect of death.
Oh my God,
But
look
not
at
a
him.
single person has ever been able to experiment unrestrained in the afterlife through sheer force
Yeah,
of
I do have to
will.
hand it to him. That is pretty dope that he's doing this.
I am the only one to have overcome this enormous challenge.
God, having a conversation
Would
just...
I not be letting the world down if I didn't make the most of the opportunity to
Yes, that's the
experiment?
Dotori I know and hate. I was getting along with the Nodcry version and how he was just sort of a standard villain. I'm gonna be a god. I'm preening. I'm talking to you like you're the only person who matters. All that stuff. I was getting along with it. I enjoyed some of the interactions along the way. I thought it was fine. I didn't want to criticize it too much. But having this come in now, this is the Dotori that I always like kind of liked. I don't like him as a person. Like he's written such as to be genuinely repulsive, which is in itself kind of a challenge. But this is exactly what I would expect of him, not to make himself into a pinnacle, a testament to selfishness, but just to want to see how far he can push something with no regard for anyone else.
Clearly, the dividing of your soul did not affect the magnitude of your ego.
I think this one got
Out of all the versions of you that have ever existed,
the ego
this
went to the
you
other
is
one.
the most insane and the most radical.
I like how they delineate different versions of him with slightly different traits. When we did the first bout in Sumeru, there was a distinct Dotori segment that we met at some point, who was actually slightly more friendly than the other ones, and he was the one who was assigned to leave Sumeru visibly, like get on a boat and leave, so everyone saw him leaving. So we would think that, you know, he had gone when in fact he was continuing his experiment because we didn't realize there were multiple copies of him. But that was like the friendly one, and he waved to us from the boat, thus revealing that he knew we were watching him and also like drawing attention to himself. And he probably died on that boat, like somewhere out at sea, that his life force was cut off when all the segments got destroyed. He just fell down dead. But he was weirdly friendly, like waving at us. What was that? That was so, it was kind of cute. I missed that guy. It was also like, it's confirmed that one of the segments he destroyed was like maybe 10, 12 years old. There was a child version of him in there too, to give whatever perspective that was. So that one also died. You can hear him, it's pretty clear, you can hear him at the end of this, the scene where they all like make their displeasure known that they're all just being unceremoniously crushed out of existence. So yeah, some of his segments have been like more cordial to us, and the best thing is that you can hear Mick Wingert doing a slightly different tone for each of those segments. The friendly ones sounded, you could pick out the voice if they were all talking. You'd be like that's that one.
Is that why you chose to work with me? Which was it then? My insanity? Or my radical?
Me and who? Me and who? Please!
Could I call myself a venture capitalist without a suitably ambitious plan to invest in? Yours happen to fit the bill quite perfectly.
Well then, I must say, while I am surprised enough that you showed up at all, what surprises me more is that you chose to present yourself as my former subordinate, and not as the banker Pantalone.
Why make things harder than they need to be? Exposing my true identity in a situation like this would only serve to destroy diplomatic relations between Snezhnaya and Sumeru. I daren't imagine the consequences. Showing up in the name of the original antagonist gives you the recognition you rightly deserve, while also being sensitive to Snezhnaya's predicament. It was an easy win. As for why I'm here, if you're suggesting that your credit is in the negative, I won't argue with that. Many people say that about you.
I'd argue that a significant factor in your willingness to cooperate is the fact that you have but a few years of life left after my death. Living and dying together has a way of binding two parties together rather closely.
We don't know what they are to each other. They're called partners in game. We don't know if that means business partners or like they were doing it. We don't know. I don't think we're not gonna know after this either. What do you mean that their life forces were bound together? What did they do?
Is it not true that a relationship should be judged by both the positive and negative returns
Is
it
is this
yields.
essentially a lover's quarrel? Not we've had like a billion of those with Kavia and Al-Haytham already. Is this another one? Is this is psychically communicating with your dead lover's digital ghost while you ponce around in an expensive suit? Just how gay people do things.
So some of what I said actually made it into your head after all. It's true that I hope you don't die too soon, but don't you find that a strange thing for me to say? After all, you've already had quite a long life, especially for a human being.
I never understood, like, back in the day, I assumed that he was continually making segments to replace him. Like, he was making young segments who then aged, and then he was ending up with a full array of them because he was replacing himself at the young end, and then they would age up. So he had, like, an array across the ages. But no, the segments don't age. And apparently the original him was the original him until he split himself in two. God knows.
Let's not pretend that you're any more innocent than I am. Are we not the same in this regard? We both despise the existing laws of this world, and neither of us enjoy being under anyone else's control.
Is it really so greedy to want the world to operate by a new set of rules?
Of course not, my dear friend. And as I've said before, mutual interest is the foundation for the most reliable of relationships. You can attest to that.
I just hope there never comes a day when I have to work too hard to prove that.
Okay, I think they're just kind of testing the waters as to how far they're going to continue to work together.
Regreater, sir. People have been spotted approaching Sumeru City.
How strange. Despite your access to Irminsol's data, it appears the soldiers noticed before you did. They must have found a workaround. Well, Dottore, I trust you know what this means. The fact is...
They're coming. They'll breach the city gates any moment now.
But even so, I would say Irminsol is a wonderfully convenient thing on the whole. If you do manage to create a new world, perhaps you could plant one outside my office, too.
I'll consider it.
What do you need me to do? Stall them?
The experiment will take time. Stall them for as long as possible.
Very well. But you're really asking for the moon here. Have you heard this story? There was once a guilty man, kneeling in the center of a church while an angry mob outside waited to bring him to justice. He pleaded with the gods, begging them to grant him one final request, the chance to finish confessing his sins before he was sentenced. Many suns and moons passed, seasons changed, and still his confession continued, as if he intended to speak until the end of time.
Are you suggesting I worship you as a god? Or were you hoping that I might confess my sins to you?
Certainly not the latter. That would make my life miserable
Incredibly
indeed.
normal thing to say to another man. We're asking him questions through Pantalone? What? Okay. I'll just do them in order because I don't disagree with any... What?
For someone who despises them so, you never seem to have any objections to me creating or becoming one. At first, I thought you'd be furious.
Concerned I would terminate our partnership, were you?
Not at all. You had reasons why our partnership must continue.
Don't you find people's attitudes toward gods amusing? A god descends from the heavens and people worship it unreservedly, blindly following whatever rules are given to them. And yet, when they see an ordinary person gain godlike levels of power by virtue of their own hard work, they treat him with nothing but suspicion, even if he is a compatriot.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
No. I was just thinking. I pity the man who would call you a compatriot.
There's no need to be so self-critical.
Oh my god, there's... Look, Genshin, you can't... The dialogue is usually not this dense, and it's hard to keep up when I'm used to it being like, look over there, there's some kind of animal, and then Paimon going, what do you mean? What's an animal? I'll think about this later. Oh my god.
I know it's a little late in the day to be asking this, but how have you been keeping?
Aw.
I'm flattered that you would take the time out
Wait
of
a
your
minute,
busy
are we
schedule
asking
to consider
Pantalone
my
from
well-being,
Dottoro's point
Doctor.
of view? Who...
The part of your soul that went to Nodcry caused quite a stir, sending our organization back to the drawing board on numerous fronts. It was quite a headache for everyone involved.
Dear me, I must have caused you no end of trouble.
Oh my god, I've just noticed, like, he looks partly digital, like with the coattails at the back. He looks partly skeletal, with this kind of spine bones visible and what looks sort of like a shoulder blade that's fraying. He looks kind of plant-like. There's like it's almost like a bark texture on the gloves. This is kind of like bark that's fanning out, and then more digital stuff in the middle. But then this bit is like wires or twigs. It's like a complete mixture of the two. I cannot get over how well blended this looks, as well as the colors. It's just fun to look at. We've been given glimpses, but we haven't had like a really luxurious look at him.
You certainly did. I had the rare honor of being summoned before the Tsaritsa with Pulcinella to answer for myself. A terrifying ordeal. Don't worry, I pulled through. At most, it's a public relations nightmare. I made sure of that.
Now I'm curious. How did you explain yourself?
Oh, it was quite simple. I just pinned the blame on someone who wasn't there to defend himself. I could hardly be expected to defy the demands of someone as insistent as the second Harbinger, now could I?
Oh, that's another reason why he came in, like, just calling himself a subordinate instead of doing his Harbinger introduction. Because he can just blame Dottore for things if they go wrong.
How you slander me. You know full well that I am perfectly amenable to reason. There's no question that you are partly to blame for the ruin of my reputation over the years.
Wait, what does he mean? Is that about financials or something else?
Do you have anything lined up for when this is all...
We are asking questions as Dottore towards Pantalone. That's... Sorry, the perspective of that is so strange.
Hard to say. Field work always takes quite a toll on me, as you know. Once I'm back at Snezhnaya, I'll start with a well-earned cigarette.
Oh yeah, I saw there was some kind of leak that was like, by the way, he smokes like 30 a day or something. Like, canonically, he's a massive smoker. Like, okay, I don't disagree, but I think what I said was, if they ever depict him canonically doing that, I don't know if they can, but if they depict him with a cigarette, it's gonna cause a Category 8 fandom event.
Why are you so eager to ruin your lungs after I went to the trouble of replacing them for you?
What? Wait, is this how he's kept Pantalone alive for an extremely long time? Is he like replacing his body parts with newer parts?
If you have an issue with it, feel free to try to stop me.
And he keeps smoking? What kind of relationship is this? Who was it? Was it Radrosh who said this is made of toxic yaoi? That this is... What is this? What is now then?
What's on your mind?
The limits of humanity.
Oh, maybe we're just swapping. Maybe we're just picking topics for them to discuss.
It's a pity. Despite running countless calculations, I find there is simply no way to reduce any further the amount of one's soul required to sustain an individual.
Will someone get this marauding pitch of smoke? Oh god, I love it when Harbingers are just allowed to speak to each other and choose scenery. I mean, they're just sitting there. He's just sitting there and they're talking and it's interesting. There's levels going on here and it's like, it's finally a chance to extend your interpretation into something. I find there is simply no way to reduce any further the... Oh, I see. So he cannot split his soul any more times. This is it.
It's rare to hear you admit to being unable to achieve something.
I beg to differ. For instance, as I've told you before, the original me was prone to motion sickness and couldn't make long train
Yeah,
rides.
and we know this because if you explore the desert in full, there's a section around the oasis that we are currently going to find with Nahida. All the way around it, there are broken down ruin guards. And when Zandik was a student, or when he was younger, like his original self, he went out to investigate them, and obviously nearly came upon the oasis we're trying to find now. Like we're crisscrossing our steps with this guy throughout history, and he left some research notes in the ruin guards that you can find, and he tried driving one around, and you can do the same thing. You can pilot one, and you can find like a note that says, I tried to research this, I powered it up and moved it around, and then I threw up a lot. Just like Zandik at the end. Like, we knew this. This is accessible information that's now actually being utilized.
Ah, yes, of course. One of the reasons you often sent yourself out on errands.
So the real him had motion sickness, and he made his other segments do go on roller coasters instead of him. He's so funny.
What are you thinking about now?
Aw.
A new experiment. In the event that my soul was depleted, say we extracted my data from someone else's memories, yours for instance, and then combined it with your intact soul as the base material, what would we create?
Such a scenario would be impossible.
Oh?
As long as your current soul survives, there will be no need to create a new individual. Don't forget, you were the one who approved of the present situation wherein only one Dottore remains. And if you ceased to exist, who would be capable of performing this experiment?
Oh my god, they're having a gay baby. Is he like... Hang on a minute, we've already established that Pantalone's life is now going to wind up because Dottore isn't there to continue extending it. Is Dottore suggesting that as a contingency plan in the event of his own defeat, they set up an experiment for Pantalone to offer his memories and his soul to form some kind of new partial Dottore by imprinting his own memories onto his soul as a base, or something like that. He's going to turn Pantalone into a part of himself because he's run out of ways to cut things off of his own body and soul, and Pantalone is now not long for this world anyway. God, he's got such a good laugh.
Since the day I met you, you've always excelled at talking your way out of a quandary.
The way that it zoomed out and he's just sitting there staring at his hands, that really does kind of sell the moment of what he's being asked, I think, to do. So I mean, I know that they defeat Dottore in this arc. He's a weekly villain again. There's now 2 of him doing that. So obviously you defeat him in that to get like your upgrade materials. It's just part of the game's, like, how that functions. It's part of the mechanics. So I know we have to defeat him in some way, but this is now implying that even if we defeat him again, that may not be it unless we kill Pantalone first. He's like a plant. He's like some kind of plant that won't die, like that's still got some sort of root to it, so it can keep on extending a tendril of itself. And it's very funny that that is so applicable, considering he's inside a tree and is like the antithesis of, you know, Sumeru and Nahida and everything that represents.
Isn't it a little too early to be saying goodbye? Not that I wish to keep you from your business, of course.
Wow, there's a Mora. They don't have heads or tails, so okay.
Very well. Let's leave the conversation there for now.
All right, gay boy. Oh wait, that's a scale. Hang on, is this also a reference to the ancient Egyptian, you know, putting your heart on a scale against something? Because he could be the I think the coin represents Pantalone on the scale, and the other side of it's going to be Dottore, and maybe they balance and that forms... Okay, never mind. hat guy's here.
The power of King Deshret's 7 pillars is truly remarkable. With just a chessboard, you can move an entire unit across the material plane.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, sets us up for a much easier fight. Really makes my day. The last time we stormed the city, it involved a lot more running around.
I wonder how many people can say they stormed a city twice in their lifetime.
I was just thinking that. I've definitely had more than my fair share of unusual experiences in my life.
This is my first time here, actually. We never usually leave Gandharvaville.
Oh, hello, Beta Vash, welcome. I'm going out of my mind with weird villain implications because that's stuff I really like. I don't know if I should wind up in a bit and do the polls because this is taking a little while.
I hope this will be my last time.
Oh, why did he say that so sad?
I hope this will be my last time.
Why is his voice wavering?
Does everyone have to chime in? Can't we just fight?
I don't understand why they couldn't add some animations to this one model that wasn't designed to actually speak. But yeah, I mean, you didn't do it the first time. The first time they stormed the city was because of this guy.
What an amusing comment, my dear lady. Yet humans often alleviate tension via small talk, do they not?
Whoa! Why is Candace's shield talking?
Because the image on her shield is one of me. And I, of course, can appear wherever I wish to.
Oh, they're just showing off at this point.
Huh. Well, la-dee-da. Isn't that fancy? Could I get in on this?
You wish for your gauntlet to speak? Why, certainly.
Ahem. I think you'll find that it is I whose image is carved hereupon.
Thanks. Definitely feel stronger now.
She's just having a good time.
You're welcome, my lady. I am glad to lend you my power.
Sino, what's the situation?
There are troops stationed at every entrance. As we expected. A frontal assault will suffice. Everyone, stick to the plan. We'll take the main entrance. You head for the House of Dana's side door. Move out.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should call it off at this point, or if we should go and confront the Tory. It might take a bit longer.
Take this!
Okay. Oh, hello, Fatui. What have I got here? I've got Candace. Sino has to be on field, so we'll just do this, I guess.
Thank you, Jet.
You gotta be more careful. If you're not ready to put your life on the line, you can't be certain of defeating your opponent.
Are we done? Oh.
She's right. Keep your wits about you, Rana.
Yes, I know. It's a good time to climb a tree. I agree. Do I need to fight them? Oh, I do. Okay. Okay, let's do this.
Through me, justice is served. Your penance is due.
Sino's really good when he's good.
Take them out and secure the harbor. Reinforcements will arrive by water.
Consider it done.
Show no mercy.
Geo shield. What do I do?
Pin them down.
How did I kill that guy? Oh, I'm trapped. That hasn't happened in a while.
Look alive! Ha!
Surrender!
This body belongs to us.
Not this one.
Flee!
Nowhere to run! Judgment is upon you.
Quick, quick, maybe we can use Sino's burst for something. Nope, ran out.
Let's get it on! You asked for it! We shall prevail! Do your worst!
Nowhere to run.
Are these all rentals? I don't think this is my. Oh, this isn't my Sino because I don't have a staff.
Surrender.
Buckle up. Ha! This guy keeps disappearing.
Nowhere to run.
Yield. Cha. Oh, don't let me use Sino again. Okay.
Grant us your blessing.
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Do-do-do-do.
Guilty. You stand condemned.
We may be in the middle of
guilty.
Some stalls, but we're still there.
Waterway secured.
Brothers, sisters.
Perfect. Just in time.
Oh, we were clearing the way for Eremites to come in.
Once we've linked up, we'll continue the advance.
The team has arrived at the north entrance.
Oh, the music is still so good. Yippee!
Let's get it on! Do your work!
Surrender!
You're dead meat!
Yeah, Sumeru was like the crown glory of the soundtrack. And I'm really glad that the original composer stayed on long enough to do all of Sumeru and then the finale with Scaramouche, because the game was made on the back of the Shoki no Kami boss music.
Your penance is due.
Okay, he's gonna. Oh no! I was hoping to swap out before he died. We have no Sino now. Because I'm bad at the game.
Ha! Gloves off!
Okay, move, move. I'm done fighting. Go, go, go.
Finally. We need to hurry. Take the middle road now.
Mahamacho Sino, area clear.
Don't relax just yet. More Fatui approaching from the right.
Irminsul cannot track our movements. If necessary, we could split up.
Don't worry. We'll wipe them all out.
As you can see, our people came raring to go.
Good, good.
How are things with the Traveler? Can Tainari keep her safe?
Don't underestimate Tainari just because he's a forest watcher. He can handle it.
All right. You know that's not what I meant.
Sino and the reinforcements have drawn the Fatui's fire away. It's our turn. By using a cluster leaf of cultivation, we can pass through certain terrain silently.
Good luck with that. We'll just fly up there.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I forgot you could fly.
Ready?
Ready.
I don't need to see the tutorial. Maybe it's justified. It has been a long time since we did. Oh, I forgot we could see the tree. I forgot we could see. Oh my god, it's huge. Also, I mean, I don't exactly know why there's a huge tree. They said it was a mutated form of Irminsul, but I'm not sure why it's. I mean, isn't Irminsul's form kind of metaphorical? Oh my god, what happens if I go towards it? Is it? Oh my god, it's on the map! Oh my god! The tree is covering. Look at it. I didn't expect them to do that. Hang on. I saved 3 minutes ago. I'm gonna just fucking investigate I'm gonna. Oh, okay. No, I just stopped it. Okay, it's the storyline is saved, so I can leave. I'm gonna call it there because the final section would probably take the whole rest of stream, and this wasn't supposed to be all of stream. So I'm gonna head out. I will continue that later, but that was getting interesting. I'm glad I got to see the evil guy conversation happening there. Now the only thing is, where do I want to... What's an like appropriate place to stand thematically? I'd do it in the Temple of Space if I had been there. I mean, I guess I still could. What was the name of that song? I am not sure. But if you were to look up the tracks that play... Oh god. If you look up the tracks that play for Sumeru Combat, there's probably like maybe 3 or 4 of them. It was Sumeru's combat music. What if I just stand here? This is kind of storybook-like. I don't have a more Oh, yeah, I could do it here. So we in the latest area, we get to go to a place that is essentially, you know, the login screen. And I was like, okay, I expected them to reveal where the login screen was at some point, but to have it just happen fairly unceremoniously was kind of amazing. I'm gonna do it with Hat Guy because I wonder if I could stand on any of this. It just goes on forever. Okay, I'm gonna just rise up into the air a bit. Close your eyes. There we go. And while I'm hovering in the air, I'm gonna do my pulls. It's nearly ad break. No, it's not. We'll snooze for it. We'll snooze during the wishes. So the new character is Nicole here. I'm not like that interested in Nicole. I don't really know how she works. I thought everyone was assuming she would be Geo, and I think I did too, but she's Pyro apparently. And I don't really need the weapon. I already have Durin's weapon. I think it was nice to me when it came out. So that just leaves getting a constellation for my special boy. I really like him as a character. He's so steeped in all the stuff Genshin's come up with since the very beginning. It kind of sucks that the way he was introduced was done as part of a limited time section that you can't do anymore, because it was really it extended the character, like the characterization and changes in some of the existing cast that he exists. But Paralogism like covered a bit of it. Anyway, we've got 16 actual wishes. I've got nearly 23k. What I'm intending to do is to just throw enough at him to hit my 50-50. We'll roll a coin flip on him. I'm currently at 14 wishes in. So that's like the state of things. If I get him in the first 10 pull, I'll do one on Nicole. No, I won't. I don't know about Lowen. I don't know if I'm really thinking about getting Lowen, but it might depend on how well this goes. Anyway, let's see how this shakes out. So I was at 14, so this makes 24. There's also a new character, a new 4-star featured on this. So I might get her. I'm not like really hoping for it or not. I don't mind. It was Razor. Okay. Pretty sure I've maxed out Razor after all this time. Yeah. Oh, Razor's featured, so that was why. This one, I can't... A lot of people were kind of confused by her design because it's a little... I don't know, maybe it's just kind of like how people felt about Auroron. It's not entirely fitting. She looks like a preteen who like decided to be goth, and the little bones, like there's a bone here, there's a bone here, there's bones here. They feel more like dog bones than actual goth aesthetic. I can't get over her name. That's the weirdest part of it to me. All right, let's try another 10. So that's 34. I'm not getting any luck in here. It's just all... Oh, well, there she is.
Hello, Prune the Witch Hunter at your service. My enemy? Oh, someone who takes pleasure in teasing children. Uses other people's imaginary friends to ensnare them in her schemes. Someone who's a complete show-off, way too dramatic, and obsessed with wearing a hollowed-out hat. I'm referring, of course, to the wickedest witch of them all. Any relevant intel on her whereabouts is more than welcome.
What? I admit I kind of fell for like conspiracy thinking when the character and her name was revealed, because a lot of people were like, she's like an inversion of Nahida, purple being the inversion of green, black being the inversion of her white clothes. And then we knew that the storyline was involving the corruption of Irminsul, which is an extension of Nahida. So I was like, maybe in order to solve the problem with Irminsul, they do something that creates the inverse of Nahida. And you know, because to prune something means to cut back a plant. So it's the opposite of the god of, you know, life and growth and plants and stuff. But that was just nonsense, I think. All right, let's go up to 44. I haven't had a single, like, it's just been complete pity so far. It's still just, this is zero luck so far. Another razor. It's just hitting pity for 4 stars and doing that each time. There's nothing happening. So this is 54. I was hoping for streamer luck to hit, but maybe it won't. There's official. Okay, I think that was still 4-star pity. So this, I think, what did I just say? Is this 64? Did you see 6 Jiren yet? No, we just started the polls and it's like doing the bare minimum. The actual bare I'm gonna skip. It's a razor again, just one razor. This has been... I've got nothing. I don't think I got a single early 4-star in all of that. Which is like a 5%, 7% chance or something? Nothing. This would take me up to 74, which is fine. Still not, we're gonna hit hard pity. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get him given the state of this. Well, that was my first weapon. I've got like 30 glitter, that's not too bad. Okay, now I do singles. Until we hit... Well, the 75 could be it. 75? Nothing? I was confused there. I forgot that you... I saw the purple one so often. 76? We've only had the one prune too. We've had a bunch of the ones that I already have maxed out. 77? There it is! Who's it gonna be? We won! Yay! I was actually not expecting it. After the absolute nothing that got given to me the whole way up there, but neat. Yippee! I got a second one of my guy, and now I'm done. So I'm gonna save the rest for whatever comes next. I think I have no real... I mean, I guess I could do a 10 pull just to cushion, just in case something happens. I don't know, because like in case I got really lucky, I could get another. Let's do one more 10, just because if you get a random stroke of luck on the first 10, it's basically free. I don't know why I'm justifying this. 5 more to go. It's like I'm not expecting to max him anytime soon. What I generally do is when I'm very picky about the characters I own, and if someone I like comes back on a rerun banner, I will do a 50-50 or pull them if I'm on guaranteed. If I lose the 50-50, then I just stop, and then they'll gradually get constellations. But I cannot afford to like push it more than that because of the general stinginess of the game. I'm also going to be doing character pulls for a new character this Sunday in Wuthering Waves, so we'll also have that before the main stream occurs. I don't think I probably won't do story stuff, or if I do, it'll be shorter. Mostly the pulls, but you'll be able to see in that game I'm even choosier about that, and I have way more currency. And oh, just as a disclaimer, I don't pay for any currency in any gacha game. I just save it up over long periods of time, ignoring characters that I do not find too appealing. And then I just hyper invest in ones I do like. Let's just throw another 10 in just for celebrations. Okay, no, it's nothing. It's another race. Okay, and we're done. Plonk back down to earth. Let's get the Stellar Fortuna on him. I didn't even check what this does. His first one. Look, this is him. It's him, the baby dragon inside an alchemy bottle. Isn't that cute? Oh my god, it's... What? It used to just say makes X stronger. After casting his elemental burst, Drink's effects will vary depending on the form. What is a cycle of enlightenment? When they do anything, one stack will be consumed to deal damage by 60% of Drain's attack. And if it's darkness, he gains 20 stat. And when he... Okay, so if he's in his purity form, he buffs the other characters. And if he's in the darkness form, he buffs himself? I think... Anyway, there we go. For one constellation. I've been playing long enough that I've accumulated some currency, but I don't spend it on new characters like ever. I've got C6 Wanderer. Ito is C3. I think I did one of my that thing where you can gradually grind up an extra constellation. Got Tartaglia C6, obviously. Like, they're my two guys. Look, here on the screen with me, my two guys. What is Venti at? Oh, Venti's only at C2. I recently got a new Valette constellation when he rerun. I just pump up the guys that I like so that I can use them really well. And then I somehow managed to get through Imaginarium Theater, whatever. The last time I did, wait. Oh, I got my new character. Okay. You know what? I know it's not like too in keeping with some of the style that they have to be like fully goth, but the chunky boots really do look fun. I kind of like the chunky boots. I kind of like the little headband. I really like this circular shoulder thingy pauldrons that she has. They make her look, you know, like an animal puffing itself up to look bigger. That's kind of fun because like a child would do that. Prune. All right, there we go. So that's Genshin. I'm gonna swap now into the game I know you're all here for. So let me just check what I want to do for that. I'm gonna go over here. This also doubles as the illustration on this screen, very kindly done for us by Rainbow Dragon, is an illustration that doubles as what 5 does to me if I am an idiot about pulling, about tugging characters. No, I can't say that. Sorry, if you weren't here earlier, who was it who said we should call it tugging characters instead of pulling them? I had to go. I tried to make it work. I don't think it really works. I'm sorry. Let's also just run ads real quick. No, not pity tug. No, the terminology. Not the terminology. All right, we'll just hang out here. You look so pleased with being slapped. I don't want to. No. It's a really cute image. It's really cute. It's like I'm not really the kind of person who like does stuff to make people annoyed at me, but if I did, it would look like that. Okay, we're gonna head back into Thief. I do not remember where oh yeah, we just started the next map, didn't we? We started a new map. You should try it. It's the What was the intro to the new? Yeah, we're not in the Perverts Guild anymore. Thank God we finished that. That's done with. I have to figure out how to get into a new house. One thing I was gonna say about Thief in general is my expectations went all over the place. We started out in the kind of thieving levels one would expect, as in you're in like a part of a town. There's a structure of the town around you, and you figure out how to get into somebody's large house that has various weak points, like the way in through the sewers, and then you steal valuable items. That's like that's the core of what you'd think when a game is called Thief. And then we started going in. We went into a underground cathedral, and there were some cults involved, and there were zombies, and then we went through some tunnels, and there were dinosaurs in them. So the thing that hit me about that was is Thief just going to continually get weirder? They've gone to zombies. There was a skeleton at one point. There was one skeleton, just the one skeleton. That's the weird thing. If there had been multiple skeletons, that would have been more understandable. But just the one skeleton? It was just one guy. Is that not a repeatable thing that happens? And then there were like tunneling dinosaurs at some point. But after that, I thought this is going to be this is going to be a Tomb Raider situation where like, oh god, now there's real dinosaurs because this is a valley where they never died out. And then you're going through like ancient history with random animals, and things keep escalating until you're inside, like, I think a volcano, and there are skinless aliens hatching from eggs, like, hooked into the walls. It gets bizarre, is my point. So I thought maybe Thief would do the same thing, where it just continually got more bizarre after couching its intentions in normalcy. But what Thief did is throw the skeletons at you, throw the zombies at you, then went back to stealing from people's houses, which is even more baffling. Like, the curveball through Weird Town ended, and then we had, just go and steal a vase, and there's just normal guards again. And now we're doing another one to get into someone's house, and it's like, the whole dinosaur thing was just there to make us question everything, and now they're acting like it didn't happen. This is praise, actually. I'm praising the game for this. It's very weird, which is great. I'm really glad it did this. I'm just sitting here like, okay, I thought you were gonna go off the deep end and get really strange, but now we're just like stealing valuables from like some guy nobody likes. Oh, but we're gonna head back to Thief. Where it's open. It's funny when you open an old game and it opens in like 0.6 seconds, and you're used to games where you open it and it opens the launcher, and the launcher checks for an update, and then you click play, and then you wait for like 20 uninterrupted seconds for the game to actually launch itself, and then you wait for it to load. Like, the Thief is just there. It's right there. Before I forget, while we're in an intermediate period, I wanted to mention I am going to a convention tomorrow. So, not that it's gonna affect anyone because I wasn't going to be streaming, but I will be having, I hope, some fun. I don't know what, I don't really have concrete plans. I'm just gonna see what happens. It was a very recent snap decision to actually go, but I can, if anything fun happens, I can tell you about it on Sunday. And I just wanted to mention, just in case, this is like just off the cuff, just in case anyone felt like being super nice to me for absolutely no reason. I did put on my throne a just random donation, go buy things at the convention. If anyone wants to be nice, I'm not like no pressure whatsoever. If you felt like tossing me a couple of dollars, pounds, euros, anything you have on you, because I decided for once to go and do something on a weekend. The weird thing is I don't usually do anything. I'm a streamer. I just sit at home, and now I have to contend with the idea of being outside and interacting with people, and I'm going like, ah! So I just thought I'd put it on there. If anyone wants to like just whatever you feel like chucking towards me, I'll use it to like scour Artist Alley, and I'll fund an indie creator who's got some merch. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Otherwise, I will tell you guys about it on Sunday. Don't catch the con crud. You know what? I don't usually get sick from this particular convention. I don't think I have before, but every time I've been to one in America, I got sick immediately. I've been twice. I'm gonna have to just tell OBS that I'm changing the input, and there it is. I've been to cons in America twice. The most recent one I caught like something, don't know what it was. It just sucked, and most people in our group got it, so we spent the last like 3 days of living together in an Airbnb, just barely able to do any sightseeing. And the convention I went to the year before that was Anime Expo, and I caught COVID there, and then I came back as it was started raging into full force. Like, I began coughing on the plane home, and I didn't realize why. And it was like the day after I got back, I actually took a test and it came up positive, and I finally realized that was why my throat felt like I was gonna die. I've never had COVID for any other reason. I had to go to America to pick up COVID. No, I'm not diseased.
Probably not.
I'm not diseased. Oh wait, I need to turn my volume up. I can't hear them.
Think something's there. Was something just there?
They're looking the wrong way. Okay, I've already fucked up. They already know I'm here. So this is the mission to, I think, Radrosh reminded me. We're off to steal a fuck-ass sword. Obtain the sword by searching upstairs, pick up 500 in additional loot, and then get out of the mansion. So that seems like it's similar to the previous one. It's almost like the previous one was a random addition that they put in that was this mission but more difficult. Yeah, I wouldn't, like, the rest of the trip to America was great, and at least the conventions themselves were really fun, and I did everything I wanted to do. It's just that you came out of them and you're sick. And both times, actually, the second one not so much, but I was both times wearing a face mask. I know that at Anime Expo I was in the face mask non-stop, except for when I went to speak to like the guys I came to see. But I wasn't sick at the time, so like that was okay. But I had a mask on the whole time, and it didn't prevent it, which I know is not the point of a mask. But you know, one hopes that it gives you a little more leeway, but no. All right, do I have my trusty blackjack? And can I? Ooh, ooh. Hang on. Right, come here. Come here. I love the little illustration of me having a guy over my shoulder. Unconscious body. No one's gonna find you ever. Give me your purse. Okay. See, look, I've actually learned how to use the blackjack. The way you use it is that you have to approach people from behind using the slow sneak and going diagonally, because then you speed up. Okay, who else we got?
Gotta stop jumping. Over there! Hey! Hold it right there, Tap.
Okay.
Who goes there?
Could you be any more?
Probably nothing. Is that you?
Oh, okay, they're back to being drunk.
Nothing to be seen now.
Nothing to be seen now.
Mess with me and your crow meat, Tapper boy.
So did he see me or not? I'm not sure.
I heard that. Stop right there. You're done.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking. So there was a guy coming from that direction. Maybe if I go under the windowsill, he won't see me. Okay, cool. Apparently he didn't see me.
Who's noising about that?
Now I'll go a bit quiet.
All quiet now. Must have been rats.
Good. Okay, no one saw me. The only thing I know about this is that the sword should be upstairs. What was that noise? Okay, anything? Wait, what's that? Huh. I don't think that's pickable. No. Okay, so I think a key can open this, but I'm not sure what it is.
Someone's been having too much fun here.
Apparently the sword fighting animation is recycled from System Shock. Does System Shock 2 have swords? Oh wait, I mean the first one had that laser rapier.
What I
didn't
see
it?
there.
Shut up. Okay, so that really just kind of cuts the corner off. So you can duck around someone. What's in here? I don't know why I'm investigating so thoroughly. This is not going to be where the sword is. Oh, upstairs. Just check it. What is this? Oh. Okay, that was useful. I love this one. Oh, yeah, you don't have to... There's no obligation for people to, like, be chatting. You can have this on in the background. Oh, that's right! I remembered just as I was finishing up last time, you were like, this is my favorite level of the entire series, weren't you? Me when I leave my trip, mine's in my work locker. That is what he did. Okay, these will open, and there's a door, and there's a little bit of money. And there's nothing here. This might be an escape route. Oh, fave of this game, Thief 2 has your faves overall. Okay. Really? I can't pick this. I don't have anything. Okay. Damn. Okay, is there anything else I can... That's where I just was. I apologize to Radrosh specifically for making her watch through like an hour of Genshin because she really wanted to watch this specific level. That's like a 2-inch high wall. There's a fan expansion of Thief 2 called The Black Parade. Yeah, do you want to know something else funny about it? I think Radrosh was actually going to be involved in helping make that. And then she couldn't do it because she had another project on at the time. I think you said that earlier, didn't you? But tell me more about the Black Parade if you feel like it. That's the same room. Okay.
Hello?
Oh.
Show yourself.
Nope. Let's not do that. Okay, upstairs? Let's just get into... Well, this isn't really dark. Oh, no it is. That's completely dark. Okay, save. Just gonna turn my volume up a bit more. I need to hear these guys. What? Yeah, the offer was extended. Yeah, you're in chat with someone who could have been on the dev team for Black Parade. The game begins. Why? I have a lot of questions. Number one, why? Number two, the fuck is that? I love how weird this game is. I like how that's its identity. What? I actually jumped. It's upside down. I actually jumped when I got hurt. Welcome to Beef. What's going on? Okay, I don't know how he didn't see me. Hang on, all the guards are in a polycule to the point of being intimately familiar with each person's walk. That does sound... Oh, a book. That does sound like what's happening. Remember how you were talking about how it's so weird they put you in a normal house again? Yippee! Foreshadowing is a compendium of natural magic. Tatiana's flowers. These flowers grow primarily in the icy mountain caves of the Essa range. By way of defense, they have evolved a method of warming and swirling the magical energy of the sentient plants and rocks. So there's magical energy now, discussed in the last chapter, lulling them to sleep. The flowers are named after the archmage Tatiana Jokovic, who pioneered their use in temporary negation of magical spells and systems. So if I... Thief the Dark Project. The rocks have feelings. Okay. Am I insane? Did that do something? Did that do something? It said it negates magic, so I was like, maybe whatever magic is fucking up that room will get dispelled. This is just a bath. Oh. And there's a crystal in it. Okay. Good. We found apparently a dead end. We're stealing from perverts beyond our comprehension.
Hello?
What do you mean you didn't see me?
Nothing there now.
How did you not see that?
Hey, what was that?
Sometimes they really don't notice if I, like, jump on them from behind. You're going in the bee room, mister. Does that count as a kill? Are they bees or are they mosquitoes? I thought they were mosquitoes. I also don't know which way it was.
Someone behind me?
I'm very lost. Oh, here it is. Throw him in the bath. I have to stop drowning these people. I really do. Okay, that was a dead end behind me. There's now a three-way... Oh. I think not. Oh my god. He's actually being hurt. What did I do? What is that? I cannot actually tell what that is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Why me? Why is this happening? Do you think Garrett's just like... Do you think he's in a state of just giving up? Like, wondering why all this stuff has to happen? Okay, no, we're still in the house. That room's sideways. Okay, I can't walk through this or anything. Okay, alright. Why? Why? Is this the same? What? What is this? I've already seen like 3 other insane things that I didn't even investigate yet. What is this? Flowers? Is this flowers? Why? Why? I didn't even press forward. He fell down those. Oh my god. It's the hardest lock to pick in the entire game. So when I said I wondered if the game was gonna get weirder, I didn't even mean like this. I didn't mean weird. I thought they were gonna just start introducing entire concepts with different kinds of enemies. Like we had the underground dinosaur bit. Maybe they have a bit that feels like it's underwater and that you have to avoid a shark. I didn't think it was just gonna be like fucking weird. Oh wait, this looks familiar. I think I came in here? There's weird music in the background too. Well, did that help me in any way? Oh. Oh, that's what I saw. That's where I came up in the first place. I could see this through here. Is that a stealable? Yeah. There's not even guards in these areas, which makes it kind of weirder. It's almost like I've wandered off the plane of reality. If there were guards experiencing this too... What? What the... Oh. You know what? You know what also? When we were outside, looking for the way up, I saw a window outside that was slanted in a weird way, I think. And I just brushed it off. I didn't even say anything. Turns out that wasn't just random. Okay, that's no lockpick on that. Wait, okay, so now I'm back. That's full circle. So I can't do that. Oh, somebody is coming up. Garrett is so snarky, but doesn't have anything to say about this. That's so true. Was there a guy? No, there's no guys here. That's what that makes it even weirder. Nope. The little noise. The insulting little noise, like, no, there was nothing in here. Oopsie. I don't even know if there was anything in there. I don't know.
Odd noise. Who goes there?
I don't think they're in this section. I think they're only in the main areas.
Don't worry. I'll find you. Come back here and fight.
Yeah, this weird shit is just for me, apparently. There's a lot of intentionality in when he doesn't speak because it comes up a few times. That's fascinating. Like, yeah, he's had enough to say. Oh, there they are.
We've got a prowler over there.
He's had enough to say about this. That you can, he would say something if he had any, you know.
Die!
I was trying to get shot. Nah. Okay, he's as dumbstruck as the player and doesn't have anything to say, yeah.
I'll find you.
So is it that he's just used to it, or is it that he just doesn't know what to snark about to himself? I just realized something. You know how I was constantly having problems where I'd open a door and it would get stuck on my own body? You know how I keep having that problem? That's because I can body block the door. Why am I not just sitting in front of doors that I do not want the other guys to open?
Turn around, take that!
God damn it. I don't have time for this.
Don't think you can hide for long. Come back here and fight. Hey, mess with me and you crow me, Tapper boy.
That was so bad. That was so bad. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I've been playing Genshin. I don't remember what I'm doing. Yeah, are they even patrolling these areas? I haven't seen them in any of the weird bits until now.
Come out and fight me.
Okay, he's right there. Come on. If I just waited in here for a bit longer, he probably would have walked on past and I could have got him. Sorry, I'm a bit late for dinner. The dimension, yeah.
Around here somewhere.
I'm listening in.
Come out here, I dare you.
You can't open the door because I'm standing right in front of it.
Come on now, come on.
I can hear where they are.
Come back here and fight.
The world's loudest footsteps. Okay, I think they're going away.
Over here! Guards!
What? That was the house.
Don't think you can hide for long.
What do you mean? What is he doing?
Come back out here, you tapper.
I think he's gotten too hurt to want to do anything to me. So I'm just gonna ignore him. Oh, that was one of my objectives. Oh my god! What is going on? How do I find a sword? Oh, there's one.
I'll find you. Damn you.
I think they're just falling foul of all these traps even more than I am. And that kind of looks bad on your record as a guard. I'm not even crouching. I'm not even like sneaking. You know how we were just talking in the previous level about non-Euclidean geometry? Well, I've got a key now. This may actually be that. I can't tell exactly, but... Damn, I forgot about the, forgot about being blasted. Well, this is fun. Why can I pick up this rock? Oh, wait, let's try the key.
I'll find you.
Okay. Does that have a purpose? I mean, there's a door right here. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
Come out and fight me!
There we go. There we go. Okay, there's a couple of big sets of doors. Thanks. Oh. God damn it, I got by the bubbins. Oh. And now I'm back in here? The way it just kind of goes straight from absolute bollocks to normal again is part of the reason it's so jarring. Like, what? That's just a hole. This is... I know it's meant to be weird, and saying it's weird really has no purpose, but... My god. How does this even... Is that worth getting? Okay, wait, where's the key? Key doesn't work. Okay, fuck it. In fact, reload. I'm just running around.
Who's there?
No one.
You're in for it now, thief.
I'm just gonna look around. This is their bar. Okay. What about this one? Key. Key. No? Okay. I've got a key for something. But I'm not sure what that is. God, I wish I could see through walls. Okay, they're not even here.
Hello? Show yours. All right, you're in for it now.
Do 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 do.
Is that you? Don't try to run.
I remember there being a door that I found that needed a key.
Come on out then.
Okay, nothing opens this, not even the key I have.
Hey, stop! Don't move!
He has a key. Maybe I should be attempting to steal his key. Couldn't you have just put these out, like, with your hands on the way past? Using the arrow is kind of... Like, it's not necessary. I should really put, like, the blackjack on a hotkey. Okay, can't open this. Don't see the guy with the key anymore. I found the good, gold goblets. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. This game's so easy. Okay, what's this? Is this gonna be a hallway of bullshit?
Who's there? Is someone there?
No.
Been imagining things.
Hmm.
Oh well. Don't know what it was.
Who's noising about then? All quiet now. Must have been rats.
Who's there? Who said that?
Who said that?
We'll find you soon. Hey, who are you?
Now, we could do this all day. Oh, he's not here now. Okay, what do we got in here? That was a really easy, steal quota.
I think I saw something over here.
No, you didn't. This is such a bad hiding spot. I'm not gonna go after him. I'd be heard. Oh, never mind.
Who's there? Hey, stop! Don't move!
Oh my god.
Who's there?
Nobody.
Who said that?
Nobody's here.
Nothing here now. Hey! Come out at once! Intruder!
I was going so slowly though.
Someone
I was going so
making
slowly.
noise?
Are the guards aware of like doors being closed?
Find you. All right, you're in for it now, thief.
Ugh. Title drop.
Who's there? Who said? Get back here, you coward!
Huh?
Don't move!
What is he doing? What is with this wallpaper print? Okay, so...
Something move there?
Dining room?
What's there? Seems clear enough now. Oh well. Don't know what it was. Thief!
Come on, please.
What's that? Who made that noise?
Okay, it's completely dark here. They cannot see me.
Hey, someone taffing about.
Just make one.
How many variants do they
little
have for the word
noise.
taffer? Like,
You
taffer
can't
is an
hide for
insult,
long.
but they said someone's taffing about. It's very funny. They can sense something, but they don't know what it is.
All right, where are you? Just you wait.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You didn't see anything, nothing happened. Why does that work?
Get back here, you coward!
Is this what you're supposed to do? Come on, where's that coin purse you had? Where is it? Okay, I got some kind of key. I cannot see his coin purse anymore, so I guess I have to leave it. Oh, I'm here. Okay, I did see this area. Oh, and this is... Oh, jeez, I'm confused. I think... But whoever designed these areas was exactly the person that they hired to make, like, Tangled Depths. It's the same kind of weird madness. Okay, I took everything in here. What's this? Why are there weird noises? What is this? Why? Okay, been in there. That was where I just got those guys. Oh, this was right. Wait, was this right at the beginning? Yeah, that. Okay, no, that's the door. That's where I came up the stairs. Why is... What? Okay, that's where I came in. Why is there a face on the frieze here?
I hear you there. Is someone there? Hello? Anyone there? Okay, you Taffer. I'll find you.
Hmm. There we go. It's dark, like right here.
All right, where are you? We've got an intruder!
Oh, god damn it. I was all the way back here. Okay, let's go another direction. The way that it is near impossible to What? What? Where did... What? It feels like this is reforming itself around you. Well, how... Oh, right, wait, I have rope arrows, but I can't use them unless there's wood. Right? So I don't think this will work. Ah. How do I get up there then? Hmm. Is it supposed to only be used to get down? Or is there something I'm missing? What is a fire? Oh, a crystal. What does a fire arrow do?
Huh? Can I get some help over here?
Not much. Okay.
Who goes there? That's the last time I jumped for rats.
Me on my who goes there type shit.
What's that? Who goes?
This guy's really into it.
Nothing to be seen now.
Key. Oh, wait. Wait. There, got a key. Okay. Save. Have I even been in here? What is this one? Genuine question, Radrosh, does this level move around? Does this change form around you, or am I just completely lost?
Huh? Don't think you can just vanish.
God damn it. It does not, but it feels like it. It really does. And I've always been of the opinion that is pretty impressive. The easy thing is laying out a level that's flat or symmetrical. The difficult thing is making a place that can actually feel confusing. And they've done it almost too well.
What's that? Who goes?
Like, it really is impressive. Okay, this one can go in the bath. What do you mean, no? Fine. The hell's going on? Okay, this is actually just like a courtyard garden. This kind of makes sense. Water?
Did that shadow move?
Nah.
Seems clear enough now.
Yeah.
Awkward.
No. Wait, go in the tree trunk. Go sit in the tree trunk and think about what you did. And give me that. This is so hard. As a game, this is just really, it's difficult. I could be playing, like, my time at Sandrock or something. The hell is that? What? No? Okay. Okay, I'm aware I could swim through the water. It's almost like a hedge maze. It's almost like a rich person's hedge maze. Which could kind of... Oh my god! I was about to say it could kind of make sense. Maybe, yeah, it's an interior. The exterior, you're finding a hedge maze garden. That is something you'd expect to find. Now this is just getting ridiculous. It's really hard the first time around, much easier on repeat playthroughs, just like System Shock. Like, it's so close to being almost normal that you kind of want to make sense of it. I didn't even realize that was there. Okay, so that's all just... What the hell is that for? What is this area for? It just goes round in a circle. What's in the water? Oh. I think I've been here. Have I? Maybe not. Hello, Rainbow Dragon. Help me. What am I doing? Oh, crystal. This is so confusing. I don't even want to say that because, like, it goes without saying, doesn't it? Why would you bother stating that about this game? Bye. Bye, idiot loser. Okay, I'm just checking. Is there anything in the middle of this? No. Okay, is there anything in this weird path? I think... Wait, where is this? Where the fuck is this? Wait, up in here, right? Up in here? Yeah, okay. So this is just more of the weird gardens. Okay, I did this. I don't know what the... Oh, it's outside. This is actually... See, this could exist. Chris, where the fuck are we? This could legitimately exist. I mean, there is an utterly enormous... Like, that looks like someone who can't make roofs in Minecraft. But underneath it, this is a courtyard with mossy stone. A little canal, a little, like, stream that they've built in to pump water through. And they've got some stone, moss, twisty blocks, and hedge walls. This is conceivably something that could be real. This weird room less so. Like, why would you have this? Oh my, I swear to God, I thought the textures just moved. It fucking does. It fucking moves. Do you see that? I saw that out the corner of my fucking eye. That's gonna be really loud. What is with these things? Do you see that? It's behind my fucking reactive. Can I do it with the other side? Only a little bit. Look, you see that in the corner of the screen, right? I saw that moving and it terrified me. Is that intentional? I've got 2 keys on my person that I haven't used and I cannot discover where you use them.
Sir? Was that you? Nothing making noise now.
Nothing making noise now. Oof. Gimme. Where's his key? Where's his key? He had a key, right? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna run around a bit. You already picked it up. Okay. So far I've found 2 locked doors. Ugh. But, I don't remember where they are. Well, I kind of remember where they are. I don't know how to get to them would be a fairer way to say it. Okay, I've been in there. At least you can recognize the rooms by the weird shit that is in them. Oh my god. Again? No, that didn't happen. Wait, where did I go? You ate the key? Why? What is this thing? What is this thing with the rune on it? Okay, now I'm here. Okay, let me backtrack this. Wait! There was a door here I couldn't open. This one. I really don't know what sets those things off. Okay, key. Oh, I thought it didn't work before. I swear to God I tried it. I swear I tried that key. Wait. Key. Oh, I've got 2 kinds of key. So this was a different one. I've got 4 keys, but 3 of them are the same. Okay. Alright, well I seem to have gone upstairs. Hey Soul, what the hell is that emote? Okay, well I went up. I was supposed to go up. And now I'm in a hedge. Oh my god, no! Are you joking? Are you fucking kidding me? I love this, actually. Yeah, sorry for ignoring the twisty hallway. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. Hang on. I just went through. I went through the other way. What happens if you go through the is this just normal? It's just normal. I took the hard route around for absolutely no reason. Fucking love of the game. Give me a platforming challenge. What? Oh, I'm above this. Okay, so, like, in reality, all of these areas do actually connect to each other and make sense within a physical space, right? Which is kind of insane, because why would they? They don't need to. Okay, I'm in a hedge again. What? Look, Gordon, ropes. What is that? Oh! When I got to this level, I was like, yes, video games! I cannot imagine playing this solo and seeing that, like, oh. Seeing that on your own. Oh. Hell yeah. I really want to see, like, a cut through of what's actually happening around me, because it sounds like there's 30. Oh.
I thought he'd a good mood. Yeah, I told you. Good moods. That's the worst. Oh well. Noise stopped.
You didn't know the rope shortcut was there? I actually found something? How much of this house is just hedge? I guess we can see how he afforded such a big house with such a immense hedge fund. Pretend I still have my laugh track. I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? Okay, I didn't think that was actually gonna work. Wait, what is... Am I supposed to be doing this? Putting my head in my hands. Partly because I was kind of preparing to go down there and I hadn't even seen the fact that the sword is there. Partly because why would anyone do this? Who? What was the goal? What was he trying to achieve?
Oh.
You fucking moron! Oh my god, it's like in the middle of a room and they're all around it. Where was this room? Did I even see this room? Can I please land on the fucking moss, please? There we go.
Time to take my new sword and get out of this crazy place.
There we go. He's found his voice about it. Okay, so it was only this far down. Okay, so all I have to do is go, like, down. Down repeatedly. I'm standing on the lamp. I opened a bunch of, like, What? 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 Oh my god, fuck off. I opened a bunch of shortcuts and I didn't even know where they were, and this extended like in front of my eyes, by the way. I'm just running for it. This is too hellish. I wanna leave. I wanna leave. Run, little man, run. Stairs down. Very loud. Extremely loud. Back in the... Oh, there was a guy after me. I opened a bunch of things in the ceiling and then never saw where they connected to. What does this look like? Where do you keep coming from? Oh, he's right behind me here. Okay, how can I deal with that? I was hoping that candelabra would break my fall. Oh, for God's sake. If I just have to get outside, all I have to do is get outside. What is in there? I just have to find my way outside. And here it is. There we go. Not exactly the cleanest or the most impressive. The house was upsetting. It really was. What the hell? I don't know what it is about that. I don't know what it is. I think everything else like made literal sense like in the moment. Everything else we've been through, like, okay, sure, there are living zombies. Like, clearly that has some sort of sense to it that differs from the real world, but is otherwise maintained within itself because they all obeyed rules. They would lie on the ground until you got close to them. They explode when you hit them with holy water. The dinosaurs live in tunnels. You know, you can be like, okay, sure, I get it. Oh shit, we're in ad break. Okay, this is me talking during ad break, I guess. But that was just completely different from everything else. And so I was right in the sense that it is escalating, kind of. Oh, sorry, I missed some messages. That was the most famous visual from the whole game, the twisty hallway. I'm really glad I didn't see any of that weird shit leading up to this. Yeah, I didn't see any kind of, this isn't just a literal stealing stuff from people's houses game. I don't know. I want to know whether they enter. Wait, didn't somebody say that this game was a different kind of game? This was like a fighting game. It was a sword fight game, and then they changed it. At what point did they decide to get like to do that? To get actually loopy with it? I want to know what it was like being in the dev studio when they discussed how many weird things they could cram into a building. Did they start with the idea it was going to be a building that made sense within itself and then deviated, or did they just go, okay, so this is the level where we pretend it's a house and then it isn't? Oh my gosh, my head hurts. Oh my gosh. Like, it wasn't like that was the most insane thing I've ever seen in a video game. My head already hurt before this, but it's mostly because it's so quietly delivered. Like Radrush pointed out, Garrett doesn't mention anything about this as it's happening, but then he does say, time to get out of this like crazy place or whatever. So yeah, that confirms he clearly did find it unnerving, and that was unusual from his perspective too, which means that when he was watching all this happen, he was just in a stunned silence. And that is an incredible work of developing personality through when a character decides to speak and not speak. That's really good. And the other thing is the way it manages your expectations. I've got no idea what could come up next. I thought it was gonna, like I said, I thought it was gonna get more weird by degrees, but like signpost it by putting you in a fun new environment and then having challenges to match. This was just something that sprung on you. What were my stats? I got less than half the loot. It took me 40 minutes. And that's not even including what I reloaded. You can backstab? You can backstab? The way he chats again after he successfully steals the sword because it's something he's good at and confident in and familiar. This is like the hardest anyone ever has been blorbified. Blorbifying John Steelman. Like, no, I'm not saying that's not incorrect in any way, but the level of what you have to interpret about the character. How was the House of Leaves? Did you know? Did you know this was House of Leaves? Wait a minute, was this a House of Leaves reference? Wait, I mean, like, literally, because the mansion was full of bushes. Like, that was the thing. Was that like a joke about House of Leaves? So far, I've done 5.5 hours. Others killed 1. So, the guy I dumped in the B room. No, I don't mean there's bushes in House of Leaves. I mean, it's literally a house full of leaves because most of it was incredibly weird bush formations. Just straight up a house full of leaves. The guy that I dumped in the B room died, I think. I didn't actually think that would happen. That can't be right. Thousands of bees can't kill an unconscious man. Oh my god. I've got 10 minutes to go. I don't think I have enough sanity left in me to approach another challenge, so we'll have to give it a go. We got a cutscene anyway. Oh wow. Now it's Dishonored.
Garrett, it's Victoria. I trust you made it back alive. You've done well, Garrett. Come with me and bring the sword. There is someone you have to meet. It's time for the payment you've been promised.
Yes.
Wow, the characterization of John Steelman. Uh-oh.
A refreshment, Mr. Garrett. I'm in the possession of a superior brandy that has
all the basements and all the hedges and all the twisty hallways in the world.
Liquor,
she had to walk into mine.
My apologies. I've been watching you, Mr. Garrett, so closely, in fact, that I'm afraid I'd forgotten we haven't actually met yet.
Ferngully.
I am Constantine.
All this time I thought you were gonna pay me. You've brought me here to kill me?
But you have it all wrong, Mr. Garrett. Would it surprise you to know that it was I who hired you to steal my own sword? Yes. You see,
come on.
Victoria and I are...
Old associates.
Yes. You were being tested, do you understand? And I must say, you more than live up to your reputation. You are quite an extraordinary thief.
Testing me? What is it you want from me, Constantine?
This combination of animation and like real film silhouettes is kind of inspired.
For purchase. They must be acquired using other means. In this case, the item in question would be best acquired by thieving. Not simple thieving. No. I need an artist like yourself.
What exactly is this item?
It is the gemstone called the Eye, for its unusual
appearance.
Yes. kept hidden in the sealed cathedral deep inside the halls of the scum Hammerites. Oh, but forgive me. You are, possibly, friendly with the Order of the Hammer.
No. Fanatics make unreliable friends.
Excellent. I am prepared to offer you quite a sum. 100,000 upon receipt of the eye.
I don't see how I can refuse such an offer.
Marvelous. Victoria can fill you in on all the particulars. And Mr. Garrett, the sword, keep it. You have earned it, but also, I believe you'll find it useful in your quest.
I'm squinting. Ew. Come the time of peril did the ground gape, and did the dead rest unquiet against us. Our bands of iron and hammers of stone prevailed not. This is so hard to read for some reason. And some did doubt the builder's plan, but the seals held strong. And the doubters were laid into the foundations of the new sanctum.
The eye that Constantine wants is in the abandoned cathedral of the Hammerites. The cathedral is located in a section of the city that was deserted years ago, after some kind of catastrophe. I've heard stories of the incident. Most are wild rumors about hordes of zombies and raging fires. Now that part of the city is walled off.
I can't take in the world building because I'm just seeing people go the
Not that many
tavern.
people would dare to in the first place. Maps of the area are easy to find in attics and old trunks. But like all of them, the one I've got is over 50 years old. I'll make my way through the ruins to the Hammerite Cathedral and find a way inside. Once I get inside the cathedral, I'll have to locate the eye. Something tells me that this is not going to be easy, but for the amount I'm getting paid, I'm willing to take some serious risks.
Ooh. Did you get to the point where you meet Constantine? It just happened a second ago. The sea lion moment was because it said something about the seals. It was like, I kind of, my mind went to the animal first for some reason. But yeah, you can tell they were having a lot of fun with that. I think that was, who else is out there combining, like a kind of very basic animation, like drawings with a little bit of like blinking and a little bit of mouth movements, with a really seamless blend of real life footage done in silhouette. That was like, who else has ever done that? Constantine Mansion, that was the one I just did, right? Because Constantine was the man who hired me to steal his own sword, which means that was Constantine's mansion that I just did, which was the weird level full of bullshit. So not only was he giving me he was trialing my abilities by getting me to steal his own sword, but he knew that his mansion was full of weird fuckery and hedges. So yeah, the other thing was, it looked like he was doling out drinks and then spilled a little bit of it and it was green, and I went, oh okay, that's like artistic license on the brandy or whatever. But then at the end of the cutscene, the droplets started to grow vines, which kind of implied that yeah, it wasn't some of the drink, because for a second I was like, if he's enchanted this drink and it gets drunk, then it could be growing vines inside people's stomachs, and I was like kind of grossed out by it. And then someone in chat said it could be his blood, and I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe it was his blood. So he appears to be some kind of wizard who has plant powers, which yeah, maybe the wizard is why he's got a weird house full of strange hallways. But if he's like plant aligned, then that does make sense as to why he had so many rooms with weird hedges in them. He said, no, come on, then the Mystery of the Druids, they weren't really that natural. Like, D&D druids are nature focused. Mystery of the Druids were cannibals and magic weirdos. The artist made thief cutscene animations really recently. Pure love of the game, it's fan stuff now. Wait, what stuff is fan stuff? It has been 0 days since the last mention of Mystery of the Druids. And in just a minute, I'm going to be raiding into Veggie BL Tail, who are partway through a playthrough of Contradiction Spot the Liar, which has caused them to think that the whole thing is going to be Druid related, because I guess they have Druid PTSD. They do all have an attitude, so there's going to be more mentions of Druids yet to come. The stuff Daniel Thron made, since he's not on staff anymore, Looking Glass collapsed. Right. No, that's like the kind of, for the kind of game this is, for the kind of era that came out, that is some inspired cutscene work. Like, truly, for that kind of era, instead of doing something with, like, the in-game models, having them pretend to talk to each other, everything that they just did to sell that cutscene, animation, actual actor work, and the music, which almost takes too much attention. Great combination. No idea how they thought to do any of this. After you're done with this one, or the Metal Age if you're playing... I don't know what the Metal Age is. The Black Parade... Was that the Black Parade? Was that the one we mentioned earlier? Sorry, every time you say Black Parade, I have like a bunch of other associations come up. Black Parade is like a fan pack or something for Thief, right? You've both mentioned it, and I'm gonna redirect again to the fact that Radrosh in chat, who is my guru for this game, was asked to participate in the Black Parade, in the creation of what was going on there, and was too busy at the time with something else that was also a very professional and interesting project. But yeah, she was almost involved in it, which I'm just using you for clout right now, over Boner. I hope that's okay. So this is another cathedral level. Find the cathedral. What? Nobody usually has to find a cathedral ever. Find a way to get inside the cathedral. Steal the eye. Why is this not 2 objectives? Take the opportunity to steal other valuables, but it doesn't tell me how much. And then exit. It says mission pack, but it's a full-blown fan game. And it has a fully implemented horse. Wow. Well, if my friend had worked on it, I would absolutely, no question, play it. But since they didn't, I might just stick with the main game. Oh, I didn't realize you could change the difficulty straight from here, and it tells... Oh, that's really cool. I never actually tried this out. I didn't want it to get any harder. So this, on hard, it's a valuable item called the Serpentile Talk is reputed to be somewhere in the ruins. Find it. Can you still find that on other difficulties, or does it only exist if you're ramping it up? There used to be a monument in this part of town called the Watchman's Grave that thieves would leave coins on for good luck. You've brought some coins just in case. Well, it doesn't tell you exactly what to do. Like, it implies that you put the coins on the grave for good luck, but it doesn't actually say that. The Metal Age is Thief 2. Oh, I'm so confused. Alright, well, we're just going to start the level, save, and then chat a bit until I raid out, because my... Okay, so I have got Constantine's sword. My brain is kind of mush. Now, I didn't really need all those water arrows I bought last time, and I spent a lot of money on them. I could buy a tip. How much is that? Yeah, you know what? Let's buy a tip. I didn't like to do it in Dishonored, but this game feels more like role-playing to get the tip if you can afford it, rather than Dishonored, you're basically taking a hint because it was too difficult for you. I'm not using mines. I have not used a flash bomb yet. I've got 5 rope arrows. That's probably enough. I don't have moss arrows. I'm gonna buy like 2, just in case. Just in case. I recommend Gloomwood if you like these games. I don't know if I'd say I like them. Ooh, horror elements. Ooh, maybe. I don't know. I've said last time, like, this is not a detraction at all. It's not my kind of game technically. It's just a fun thing, I think, to actually just stream. There really is nothing like Thief. There's a reason the fans are obsessed with it 30 years later. I can see why. The same kind of thing that I was talking about when I had my birthday stream and we put on Creatures 2, and I enjoyed bringing everyone up to speed on what that was, in the sense that it came out also in the 90s, and it's part of a genre that was its dead end. I mean, Dishonored did kind of carry the torch on from this, but it's not the same kind of game. Dishonored is different, handled different narratively, and it's a lot more of a do these things to upgrade your powers, have fun with the powers. Thief is like get good the game. And I don't say that to compliment myself in any way, because I'm pretty bad at this. It's uncompromising. That's what I'd describe this as. It's old style, in the sense that it expects you to match what it wants you to do. It gives you tools with which you can manipulate things to your advantage, should you be able to do that. It doesn't really hold your hand in any particular way. Convert to pervert. What? No, I mean, that's funny. I'm just wondering if I'm actually intended to do anything. How do I convert a pervert? Creatures 2 does have the best item in any game. I love that you showed up the one time we had actual cheese cubes. In Creatures 1, they weren't cubes. They were like kind of triangular slices. Genuinely, Creatures 2 is the cheese cube, the game. After 2010, genre video games went into decline. AAA companies are only interested in making blockbuster little something for everyone games and shooters, nothing else. Well, obviously, yeah, the trend, the reason why we don't have really niche stuff like the 2 things we just mentioned, or, you know, other stuff. Stop putting the Skyrim Thum gif you use every day in my chat. It's because companies started, once video games became a popular force in the public consciousness, companies began iterating for profitability, and bit by bit they stripped away things that would drive people away, like difficulty or too much specificity, the things that made these games like that, and then gradually homogenized them into a form that didn't have as much of an identity, because then they could sell more of it. And we all know this. There's no real reason to hash it out like it's news. Anyone who plays games is aware of this in some fashion. I mean, look at the difference. Mentioning Skyrim, I can do many things. Mentioning Skyrim, look at the difference. How they started with, what was the first one called? Was the first one Arena? What was the second one called? I mean, I literally remember seeing, Veggie BLTel played it, and now I can't remember the name of the second one. What was the order of Elder Scrolls games again? But yeah, they started with something that was kind of more like just a proof of concept arena, wasn't it? And then the second one, that one where they were sort of crawling around in a sewer dungeon, barely able to swing a sword to try and kill a goblin. But you can tell that they actually had a vision for it, because it starts with a narrative. They had animated characters, visual animations of them. And you could tell that there was a creative force in the back that wanted to make something. And then, wait, was it Daggerfall? Was the second one called Daggerfall? And then, the third one, I'm looking it up. Sorry, my brain's actually turned into soup. I need to remember the name of them all. All the Elder Scrolls games. I want to see a list of them. Yeah, so Arena was the first one. The second one was Daggerfall. I remembered that well enough. Battlespire came the year after, and Veg and Five have played that, and it was like absolutely god awful. Morrowind was the one I couldn't remember because my brain is not working right now. I could remember the word Vardenfell, but I couldn't remember that it was called Morrowind. Morrowind is like one of the, I think it's the most beloved entry. Is that like agreeable? The most beloved entry in the series, because it hit that sweet spot of having development time and a crew of people who had been through, by that point, 4 different games in this kind of area, including Adventures: Red Guard, which I see is being mentioned. They had the experience by that point to put something together. They had the creativity in the back to make it interesting, and they managed to get the mechanics to work in their favor. And that's the one where when people talk about it, if they played Morrowind, their eyes go glassy and they're like, oh, Morrowind. And it's very weird, you know. It's not particularly constrained. They have a magic system where you can like crack the entire game over your knee if you want to, which is that's intimidating to me, honestly. I don't think Morrowind would be for me, and that's why they had to change it. And then they went through a ton more games, and then they made Oblivion, and you can see the capitalistic urges creeping in, like making it about a very obvious, dramatic crisis. Oh, there's portals opening everywhere, and now everything is on fire. We can put that in a trailer. And it was a bit more normal, although the RPG system, I think, was like getting clunkier. And then by the time of Skyrim, of course, Skyrim is the most commercialized game of all time. It's kind of doing everything. They continued doing the you have to use your skills to level them up, because that's part of the lifeblood of how this works. But everything else was like, there's nothing going on in Skyrim. It's a game that's just the gameplay and like nothing else. Maybe there's a werewolf. It's just gameplay. It's pure gameplay. You get good enough at the gameplay, you understand how to do it, you do that for 120 hours, and then you can keep going if you want. But yeah, that was the point. Like, we're just discussing, like, I guess, how things get turned into a real product. Skyrim is the product of all time, obviously, judging by how many times they just re-release it and people buy it again. People, if you buy a new computer, you'll just buy Skyrim again. My God, Skyrim was 2011. I don't know why, but like 2012 is kind of like my benchmark year for like stuff coming out. That doesn't make any sense. I've played Guild Wars 2 since 2012 because that's the year it came out, and I used that as kind of a length of time to still be playing the same game. But it doesn't feel like Guild Wars 2 came out the year after Skyrim to me somehow. Oh my God, Elder Scrolls Online came out 2014. So that is actually 12 years old. That's kind of surprising. I thought it was a bit newer than that. I guess, I don't know. I was talking about Elder Scrolls Online in my friend chat the other day because no one talks about it ever. I've played so much Elder Scrolls Online, and I really shouldn't have. I can't see how long it's been because I split it between the standalone launcher and the Steam version, so I don't have my full number of hours collected and visible. But it was probably like 700 plus hours just spent trying to find a part of that game to like, because there's a part of me that likes MMOs even against my own will. I'm remembering I played ESO2 and forgot about it. So yeah, you just forget. Nothing happens in Elder Scrolls Online. I remember them making this huge deal out of bringing in an expansion or whatever they call it, a chapter, and they were like, we heard what the fans want. We're bringing back a fan favorite character for this expansion, and you'll be able to fight alongside them. And what it was one of the original characters from like the beginning of the main game when it starts out. You know, for some people that's nostalgic. And they hired some big name voice actors for their game. I mean, they didn't get the good voice actors that go around the circuit. They got actors. Bill Nye is in Elder Scrolls Online's base game. Like, they had actors because they've got the money for that. It's like a screensaver you can move around in. It really was. But then when you get to the bit where they're like, here's the fan favorite character coming back after all this time, it's just like a character who says, we have to save the world. Come with me, hero. Together we can do anything. And then he charges in and swings a sword around, and you fight enemies, like, essentially together, sort of, for a bit. And nothing else happens. And I did that, and I was like, that's what they thought when they said we're bringing back a character, that's what they thought they were doing. They think a character is just a model who's on screen and says some lines. To them, that's what a character is. That's why the game doesn't do anything. They don't have characters. They don't have a driving force behind their personalities. They don't want anything. It's just you doing stuff while someone that you've seen before stands nearby and tells you that your sword looks good. It's nothing else happens. All those really amazing well-known voice acting and just acting people coming in to do this, and they don't do anything. I can't explain it any other way. They sell scenarios for you to RP in. I guess a lot of that, like, there is a contingent of MMORPGs that's for people to do roleplay on their own time. I can't really speak to that, but I mean, I guess it does exist in all of them. Hang on, I will scroll up because I missed a few bits of chat there. Bethesda's greatest flaw and strength as a company is the fact the only games they've made since 2006 are Oblivion morphisms. That's very true. I don't know. I mean, it is a flaw, but at the same time, I don't think they want to do anything else. Another aspect of this is that the companies that grew making those games, like the team of people who started with Arena and then made Daggerfall, and the whole time they were iterating, going, okay, what works? What's going to actually be fun? And moreover, what do we want to make? Sorry, I just looked at the beginning of the article for Elder Scrolls Arena, and it says, it lists a bunch of people: Peterson, Lakshman, LaFay, longtime aficionados of pen and paper role-playing games, which greatly influenced the creation of the world of Tamriel. They were also fans of Looking Glass Studios, which I'm going to click on because that we just said their game catalog includes Ultima Underworld, System Shock, and Thief, and it seems the foundation for the immersive sim genre. So Arena was literally inspired by Sims, and that's the link between all this, and I didn't even realize that System Shock and Thief were maybe the same people. I am so sorry. I didn't know. They feel, I mean, I know they're the same genre, but they feel different. Hang on, where was I? If you were born when Skyrim dropped, you're now at risk of getting offered a tobacco product at a friend's party. I guess it has been 15 years. I don't like that fact. But, God, it's sometimes when you think about this too much, it does get to you a little bit. Oh my God, I've talked way too long. We're late for contradiction. I'm so sorry. Like, genuinely, I don't want to be late for contradiction. I'm super invested in seeing this. Whoops, I'm sorry. Oh my God, the title is If I Did This and the Devil Horns. Emil Pagliarulo was Looking Glass. Do we like him? I can't remember. There's like half the people who made Skyrim have like turned out to be massive chuds, and I cannot keep track. There's one of the guys at Bethesda put his self-insert into Fallout 4 solely so that you can walk up to him and he can use the R slur at you, unless I'm misremembering. So I don't trust any of them. Sorry, it's a little dark, but like that's something that really happened. That was Pagliarolo. Okay. I thought it sounded familiar. Ah! Playing video games is just suffering, and I think the only time they were like good was the 90s when they were making shit like this, which had 2 polygons, and you know, people were making games that just did fucking whatever. People were making creatures so I could take care of stupid little guys, and people were making Thief and System Shock and not realizing that they were going to go on to form the basis of all future games, except that they were going to be massively dumbed down for commercialization. Yeah, and then there's Interplay, which is all like tied up in this. There was like so many companies of massive talent that then went on to turn into something else or get shut down. And what are we even playing now? They were peak until exactly 2007. Like, I'm sorry to be like doomer about it and do the whole like the return video games, but in some ways it's true, and I only mean it's true because people aren't tiny studios making exactly what they want to make anymore. Everyone's got a PR department and a sales department, and God forbid a CEO somewhere in there telling them to do other stuff. And oh god, the best things were made by that's why really nowadays isn't it more like we're turning to all indie projects for the stuff that we want? Isn't it really? Like, who is buying AAA products in this day and age? It needs to be a small studio because otherwise they're too controlled by people who want to make money to make something that people really want. Yeah, EA got bought out by something to do with Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry, I have no more details than that, but they did. A lot of people who were community ambassadors for the Sims series, like people in the community who make custom stuff and stream it, they like resigned in protest, which is good for them, but I wish we weren't in this kind of position. It's just gotten so big, but you know, we've still got indie studios picking up where people who made Thief started, and they're making stuff like, I don't know, Subnautica is kind of a good example of something more modern that's got its own niche and is continuing with it. I really wish someone would tell the people who are making Subnautica to stop listening to feedback they get on Twitter, though, because the only people left using Twitter are people who are there to argue with everyone. I don't think you should be getting any feedback from that. Like, if like putting out a game in early access and then like figure out a way to get feedback on that isn't the loudest assholes. Gigacorps or Toby Foxes. That's a good way to distill the issue. Yeah. It's a strange position to be in. You know, I wonder what the people who made games in 1998 would think about it if we could tell them that the studios were going to get so big they were making games that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, and then they were still going to have their workforce absolutely slashed every time they launched a title. But we could talk about state of the industry like forever, and I actually have to go to bed like now so that I can get up tomorrow for the convention. So, on that note, I'm going to have to leave you guys. I will be sending you guys in to watch Contradiction. I'll watch it for a little bit until I make myself go to bed. The raid message is somebody get this marauding bitch a smoke, which was about, let's not forget, Pantalone Genshin Impact. Thank you for watching, Blockhead. Thank you, Chancletta and Radrush and Dwagon and Cheese Cube and everyone who comes along to watch. I owe you guys everything. Like, you're the reason I'm doing this, and it's still really fun. And I'm glad I had people to talk to before the convention, because I was I'm still really nervous. I don't know why. I've been to the last one of this one, the one last year. I think I'm just really worried that I cannot control exactly how I'm going to act in the moment around other people, and I don't usually see other people a lot. But in this case, if I want to get anything out of the convention, I have to prove to other people I can be normal, and that's very intimidating. Neurodivergence. Anyway, raid. There we go. Contradiction is a really fun game. I was one of the people who suggested that they play it. It's been an absolute joy to see. I didn't realize it was that short. They'll probably finish it this stream. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoys watching. I hope you enjoyed being with me today. Come back on Sunday. We'll be doing even more gambling before we do Sims. And I'm gonna be even more like, I'll throw more in-game currency around in that one. I don't care. Anyway, contradiction time. Hang on, I'm gonna copy and paste the raid message. I'll see you on Sunday, and I'll let you know how the convention went. Thank you guys for coming. Bye.